Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Main Chat Nerd Night. This is the fourth session with our Monday group. We got quite a couple of interesting things going on right now. Just a really brief overview of the story so far. The group has found themselves in prison for various reasons. Some of them know what they did, some of them don't. And they've been here in prison for roughly a week and a half or so. They've each been assigned tasking, and through their time there, they've sort of made some tenuous alliances, figured out where all the things are in the prison, and a few of them have even found some doors that were hidden by some sort of illusion magic. It was discovered that the jailer, Atha, in charge of the prison, is a paladin of sorts after Deimos was somewhat injured by a falling rock. She healed him. The most recent night, most of the activity has been happening at night during the sort of open recreation period. Currently, we have 3 members of the party are sort of discussing something of an escape plan, while Kledash went to find one of their prisoner allies by the name of Halen, a stout dwarf with an interesting temper. And after being pointed in a direction, he decided to punch and break through one of the illusory walls. And that was where we ended the previous session. And I will say, everybody, at the table, please, make a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go. Perception is about +1. That is a awesome 17 after modifiers.
Cool beans.
Always forget the full chain of this thing.
The bot might have reset to an exclamation point. I don't know why it does this.
Oh.
Or it's not
Try
running at all.
1D.
That's all. Yeah, maybe it needs the 1. Yeah, it should have.
Maybe he needs a space.
Try 1D20 +2.
Yeah, maybe it's just being picky.
Getting my dice running late.
I think the bot's just broken.
Bot's just broken. Alright.
Wormwood's offline.
Hooray.
Well, I have dice at least,
You
so...
can use the show roll. And then do like D20. And then just add your modifier by hand.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, now you want to friggin' go.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, well, it's back now, so...
Maybe the bot was down for a second. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Woo!
There we go.
That's
Okay.
a hot 10.
Plus 5 perception.
I got a 15
Starting off
after
strong
mod.
here, guys.
Forgot that I'm on press to talk.
Okay, so, of all of you, Kledash, you don't need to roll because you're sitting right there.
Roll anyway.
Each of
Roll
you,
anyway.
each of you do hear the sound of something breaking, echoing across the courtyard. Most of you are able to localize it approximately in this direction, and at that moment you do notice this guard turns after hearing the noise. The other 2 guards didn't notice.
What guard? I don't see any camera. I'm sorry.
It's in that should be up. Is it
Yeah.
up?
I don't
It is up.
see it. That's weird.
Okay. There's a guard standing at the door towards the direction of the barracks and the prisoners. Standing at that door. He does turn and notice. The other 2 guards did not seem to have noticed, but he shouts over to the other 2, "Hey, you heard that?" The other 2 guards kind of shake their heads. "I'm gonna go take a look." And he makes his way down here. I will say, Kledash, roll. Actually, yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do in the 10 or so seconds before the guard comes around the corner? You have a very pumped up, very pumped up Halen, going, all right.
I would like to use Silent Image.
Okay. Silent image. Okay.
Except
What is the image you would like to create?
I would like to create just a persona of Atha, just basically standing right at the corner, right where Halen and I am almost, except
Okay, so right
just in front of
about
us.
here-ish or so.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I realize you can't really see because it's a meeple, but right about there.
yeah.
Okay, you just want her standing there with like her arms crossed or something.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
Check.
I don't
that.
remember off the top of my head. It's
Yeah, I'll have to look at that too.
it should be, I believe.
Spell save DC is 13.
13. Okay.
Yep.
So, as the guard makes his way around the corner, he stops short. Jailer, what? Did you hear that? Is there something going on? He sort of looks around her and sees the two of you standing there. I believe. Are you able to? Okay. So you can't animate the image. Is there anything that you would like Atha in air quotes to be doing?
I'll just have her shrug and turn around, start walking towards the two of us.
Okay. Yeah, and then again, this space is about half scale, so she does make her way towards you. The guard kind of squints at her a little bit. Atha? And he takes another step towards you. He does make his way up right about to where Atha is and passes his hand through her.
Oh.
Oh no.
He rolled an 18 to see through the deception.
Okay.
Also,
So
things walking usually make sound, but anyway,
mhm.
that's what made her moving is what caused him to make the roll.
Okay.
Oof.
Is there anything
good
you
try.
want
So
to do?
Kledash
reaction to
notices
this.
the Kledash notices the hand go through the hand go through Atha. He grins, looks over at Halen, grabs his hand and says, "Well, time to skedaddle," and basically starts rushing through the broken door,
Okay, so you're gonna
Trying to
bust through the other door.
trying to drag Halen with him.
You're gonna go Kool-Aid?
Let me get to the right thing here.
There's no option.
I will need
except
you to roll
Kool-Aid.
initiative for me, please. To see who
All
gets
of
there
us
first.
or just Kledash?
Just Kledash, who's currently in combat, and I'll roll it, quote unquote combat. He's in a situation, and I will roll it for Halen. Okay.
Come on.
Wow, Thought's
Oh,
really not
did it-
happy. You can do the
did it die
exclamation
again?
point show roll, and then just do d20, and then add your modifier by hand. I don't want to do what's going on with the bot.
Okay, so
Okay, plus
17.
three, so that's a 17. All right, you do get to take your action first. So you go and you grab Halen by the wrist and you push into the door. The door was cracked in one section, so you hit the door. Make a strength check for me.
Oh no. "16, since I don't have any modifiers."
Okay, yeah. So with that, you actually do manage to break through the door. You don't get all the way through, but you are now partially obscured by the illusory wall. After seeing you do this, Halen actually rushes in behind you and pushes you through the door, through the illusory door, but does not manage to make himself through. So you're now in this space. In that space, you see, very quickly, you see what looks to be some sort of workshop, almost. You actually see a couple of desks with various mechanical parts strewn about. There's scrolls all over the place. There look to be drawings and schematics. And as you look straight across, you actually see another undisguised door on the other side. And now we roll over to the guard here. Atha's still there, quote unquote, but she's an illusion. Because
Fake!
I believe it's a concentration spell. For how long? It is up to 10 minutes. So assuming you maintain concentration, you don't need to maintain line of sight. So she's still there. The guard rushes forward through Atha and takes a hold of Halen and says, "You're not going anywhere!" And he... Let's see, so that's that. And as... So... You can't quite see this, but you can see, you can hear Halen going, "Get your hands off me!" Poof! And you hear a strike. You don't know exactly what happened, but you can hear a strike. And with that, the guard will then turn and shout, down the hallway, which you guys will definitely be able to hear without even needing to make a check.
Crap.
"They're getting out! Come help!" Now I would like everybody else to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Yes. 11.
Where's the stat block? There's the stat block. So that's gonna be. Sorry, who was that? Was Calder?
No. Sorry, 9.
Are there any modifiers on initiative?
Dexterity.
Dexterity, okay.
I got it at 8.
It's gonna be an 8.
Looking
for
at
Tarin.
a 13 for Deimos.
For Deimos, okay. I believe Tarin. I still need one from you.
I
said
said
9.
8.
Or I think you said 8.
Did you say 8? Okay, sorry. 8. Okay. Let's see. Alden. Pull up his stat block. If I could find it. There it is. He gets a +1. So that's a 15. And all of these guys get that number. Cool. So, coming up to the top of the round, we actually have Alden coming first. He stands as soon as he hears this, looks across to all of you, and it will take all of his movement, because this is about half scale, takes all of his movement to get into the hallway, and he disappears in the hallway. Coming up next is going to be Deimos. This distance is about 60 odd feet, about 65 feet.
The guard closest to me. Does he have a weapon?
All of the guards are currently, from what you can see, they're all holding like these billy club type weapons, like a small club.
I'm gonna try to wrench it from his hand.
Okay. So you will, it's about 10 feet to get there, and you will try to. So he's not currently holding it; it's actually on his side, like in his belt. So you're going to attempt to
I'm just
grab it out of his
it,
belt.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make. I'm trying to think about what that would be. Make a. I would say I'll consider this just a grapple. So make an athletics check.
Athletics. Don't mind if I do. That is a 6.
That is a 6. So as you reach for it, you actually get your hand on the club, and the guard slaps his hand down onto your hand and looks down. What do you think you're doing? And I think for you, do you have any bonus action things that you can do, or do you have any, or would you like to move away?
I have action surge. Do I want to use it?
Do you want to use your one action surge of the day?
I'm considering it. This will probably make or break the, fuck it, I'm using it.
Okay. You will take your action surge to do what?
Try again?
To try and disarm him again. Okay, make another athletics check.
I rolled a 1 last time.
Okay, yeah, I'll just say the DC might be a little bit higher. He'll get a slight bonus because he knows you're there, but go ahead and make an athletics check.
Stop rolling off the table. I need a bigger rolling surface.
You need to get yourself a rolling mat.
Or a box. Just roll it in a box.
Or a box. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a box. What am I doing?
I roll mine on
16, by the way.
16. All right, he rolled a 9. So, with his hand on top of yours, you actually smack your hand and sandwich his hand between. He goes and he reflexively flinches his hand out of the way. He takes a point of damage by doing so, and you actually wrench the club off of his belt. I will get you.
Oh, he fucked now. He fucked now. He's so fucked.
I will get you the stats to that. That is the dark gray one. I'll get you the stats to that in just a second. Next up in the initiative order, that's a 13. Will be Tarin. Will be next.
I got an 8.
Yep. 13 to 8. Sorry, Calder is a 9. So Calder, you're up.
Yeah. Cool. So there's a guard right in front of us. Cool.
I believe... Sorry, Deimos, you're proficient with all simple and martial weapons, correct? Right? As a fighter?
Deimos.
Anyway, Calder, you're up. There's a guard here that Deimos is now attacking. There's a guard here that is aware of what's going on. And the third guard you've seen go into the hallway. That you know of.
Right. Okay. I grapple the guard I know is right in front of me.
The
So
one
I walk
here or
up
the
to
one here?
The one that's been disarmed.
Okay. So you walk around the table through the space.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot, I thought it was the guy on the right. My bad. Yeah, I
this is
grapple
the
that
one
guy.
that's been disarmed. Okay.
Yeah.
Make an athletics check.
Here's where I fuck up, because I haven't got good at that. Nope, that's not the table. I've got my athletics. My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
That is dexterity, so that is 17.
You rolled a 5.
Oh
You
no,
have
athletics is strength. My bad.
It's strength,
That's
yeah.
4. But 14, sorry. Not,
Oh, 14.
I thought it was
Okay, I was
dexterity.
going to say, how did it get that far? He rolled a 5. You have successfully grappled the guard.
Sweet.
And I think that's it for your turn, unless you'd like to use a bonus action to do something.
My only bonus action. I could turn undead. You think that'd be useful?
I believe it's an action to use your... to use that, and I don't believe you have a holy symbol.
That's a good point. I didn't write that. I didn't actually write any of that down.
Yeah,
Everyone else can do everything else. I'll check that on my own time.
it is an action to use your channel divinity ability.
It was a joke anyway. Just someone else. Who's next?
All right,
I
moving
believe
next,
that
it's going to be Tarin.
I would like to
Rage. No,
attack.
sorry.
I'd like to attack this dude with burning hands.
Which dude?
The fucking dude who's being grappled.
Him. Burning Hands is a cone. You will hit your will hit your friends if you do that.
Oh, wait, would I be able to magic missile instead?
Yeah, you can magic missile. Magic missile's
I
an
want
automatic.
to. Yeah, I just want to hit him with all 3.
All 3. Okay. Roll. I believe it's. I don't have magic missile on the list for some reason. I don't know why. And I know you... Da-da-da-da-da. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, I believe it's D4 for each one.
Alright, D4. Let me pull that out of my bag.
So it's 3.
I currently
yeah.
don't know where my D4 is, so I'm just gonna roll 3D4.
Okay, it's 1d4 plus 1 for each
Oh,
dart.
1D4 plus 1 per one. So,
Per dart.
3D4 plus 1.
3d4 plus 3.
Oh, plus 3.
Yeah.
Gotta get over to the gameplay.
If it's working. I don't know. The bot's not being super pleased right now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the bot. Oh, if you if you don't need a holy symbol to turn your undead, that's fine. You do exclamation point show roll, and then 3d4. I'm just gonna use Sweetie Bot for right now, because the die parser bot's broken. So.
Does Sweetie allow you to roll multiple dice in one?
She should, using the show roll command. Yeah. And then it'll tell you the individual. So that's 4, 8 plus 3.
Yeah.
So, you call out and you point at the guard as 3 arcane darts. Shoo, shoo, shoo! One slams into his throat, one slams into his side, and the other slams down the top of his head as the guard crumples to the ground.
Alright.
Is he dead?
He is dead. He had 9 hit points. You dealt 11 damage that turn.
Murder!
Well,
So congratulations. Add that to your rap sheet.
I am now a murderer.
Don't worry.
All right.
Hill's a filthy prison guard.
So,
Well, we were all in prison for a reason.
120 feet, yeah. So, moving on, it is now Halen's turn.
Other than for being in jail.
And Halen will go ahead and make an unarmed strike against the guard in front of him. That's a natural 20. His strength, it's 1 plus his strength mod, so he will deal 6 damage to the guard in front of him, which is the okay. And as a free action, he'll call back, "Do you see anything useful?" Ending his turn. Moving on to the next. I believe Epimetheus here. Sorry, not Epimetheus. Iacus here will stand up, noticing the commotion, and take a dash action to go towards you guys. So the full 60 feet will bring him about there. And ending his turn. Who's next? Next is the guards. I'll go with this guard first. This guard takes out his club and goes to strike. Goes to strike against Halen. And it misses. When he goes to strike, Halen actually deflects the blow off of a very sturdy forearm. Nothing martial arts fancy, but just a very sturdily built dwarf. And let's see. I believe they have.
You got the IKEA dwarf.
Yes, you have the IKEA dwarf. And and he actually stands back, just takes a step back, not enough to provoke an attack opportunity, but just steps back and calls out, "There's been a break!" Ending his turn. This guard now, seeing what happened to the previous guard, will pull out his club and move towards Tarin with his full movement. 1, 2, 3. He will just make it to Tarin, and he'll take a swing. +1. That's a natural 1.
Oof.
So when he takes his swing, he actually stumbles, and the swing strikes the table next to you, and he kind of looks at you with this look of fear. Now, the two guards you didn't see...
Fucked up now.
I'm placing them here. They're actually on the second level, up here, but I'm placing them here just for ease of seeing. The two guards up top will actually take aim with their crossbows. The first one here will aim towards Tarin. Their dexterity... okay. Whoops. Dexterity's +1. That is an 11. Does an 11 hit?
I have an armor class of 11, so I believe so.
So yes.
It's
Okay.
equal.
If 10
Equal does hit. Okay.
Yeah, equal or higher in order to hit. So that'll hit, and that will deal.
That's right. We don't have any armor on.
Right. He is currently wielding a light crossbow. I had the heavy crossbow up. Ugh. They're currently
that would be
wielding
nasty.
light crossbows. This is a D8, and you take 4 points of damage from the bolt. The second guard now will actually turn and attempt to take a shot at Deimos. That is a 16 to hit.
14. That'll hit.
So that'll hit. And he will deal 3 damage to you. Okay. Those are the guards that... Just roll something real quick. Okay. So that's it for those guards. Moving down the chain. We have... Okay. Coming back up to the top of the initiative order. Roll that with disadvantage real quick. Where did I put the... There it is. Okay. So, top of the initiative order. That happens that you can't see. It will actually now come to Alden, who will come around the corner, take the rest of his movement to come right to about there for 30 feet, and he will point... Let's see. Oh, he's the first one on the list. I really should have printed off there. I didn't print off his spell list like an idiot.
Oh no.
And he will go and cast Entangle on the guard, which is a 20-foot square. So centered around here, it'll cover roughly this section of the hallway. Roughly from about here to here. It is considered rough terrain. It's considered difficult terrain. 70-foot range. Yeah, so that whole area is now considered difficult terrain. And he must succeed on a strength saving throw, which he does not. So the guard is now considered restrained. And that is going to end his turn. Coming down next, Deimos, you're up.
I will approach the guard attempting to attack Tarin, and I will attack him. Or him being the guard, not Tarin.
The guard, okay. Well, I'd hope so. Okay.
No, I betrayed my friend. No, just kidding.
You can just about get to him. He's currently behind here, but he's small, so... So go ahead and roll an attack. This is a weapon you're proficient with, so d20 plus proficiency mod plus strength.
Righto. Okay, I guess my dice hate me. 9. That's probably not going to hit.
Yeah, unfortunately that will not hit. You go to strike with your... You go to strike, with the club, it hits the armor, but it just kind of clatters off. The heavy chain is not really taking that hit. Is that gonna end your turn?
Um.
I think you've used all of your movement so far, so just to get to that.
Yeah, that'll. Yes, and I've already attacked, so yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Moving down will be Calder next.
Okay, am I still grappling that guy?
He's dead.
You can grapple. You can be continuing to have grappled his
I see a figure in front of
body.
me. I looked
Oh,
away
no.
for a sec.
This is sorry. That is Iacus, one of the prisoners that you've seen.
Right. Sorry.
He
My
moved,
bad.
he just bolted from here to here. So
Right. Does the guard that's dead still have his crossbow on him and bolts?
he does actually.
Can I loot them?
I will say it will take an action for you to take the crossbow off
Fine
of
with
him.
me.
Make an investigation check with disadvantage to find the bolts on his person.
12 plus 5 is 17.
Okay.
No, investigation is plus 0, so it's 12.
So 12.
Forget
okay.
what stats are plus 5 and which ones aren't.
So it does take the remainder of your turn, but you do find 6 bolts on his person in a pouch.
Find bolts in a pouch? Fine, whatever.
Just in the one pouch that he had. That's not necessarily all he had, but given the 6 seconds you have, you just quickly patted and grabbed the first thing you found.
So I found 6 bolts.
You found 6 bolts, and you have the light crossbow.
Yep, I've already got the stats for that. That's what
Which
normally.
you've already got the stats up. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be... Unless you... no, I'll say that will have taken the rest of your turn, so no bonus action this time, unfortunately. Because that was the investigation. Moving down to the next, we have Tarin.
Would burning hands hurt Deimos this time? Would he be in the cone?
I would say no. Burning hands would not. The cone would extend... I can't use this because it's the wrong scale, but the cone would extend to about here. Yeah, you would, from your current position, you wouldn't have to move to angle it such that Deimos will not get hit.
Then I burn the guard.
Okay, so burning hands. Go ahead and roll 3d6, and your spell save DC is 13, I believe.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so he has to. Okay, go ahead and roll 3d6.
Yep, I'm just grabbing him.
And I believe that is now 2 first level spell slots you've used so far.
Yeah, I only have 1 more.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, you said 3d6.
Correct.
I got an 8.
Okay. So you see, as you project the flames out from your fingertips, the guard does manage to raise some of his armor, like pick up some of his chain shirt and to protect his face. He does get scorched, but it looks like he did manage to succeed on his dex save. So he took half damage from that. He took 4 damage.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Are you gonna do anything else with your turn?
If it doesn't evoke an attack of opportunity, I'm gonna back off.
To backs directly away, it will provoke an attack of opportunity because he is within melee range of you.
Oh.
Let me do this so you
Well,
can actually see where they are. You still can't really see. There we go.
Well, could I do any more like attack? Like, could I just go up and punch him just as it's like an extra thing, is just in case, maybe?
You used your action to cast the spell. Because
then
one action.
nothing.
So, yeah, I don't. Unless you have something you can do in a bonus action, or you want to move in any direction that would not provoke an attack of opportunity. That's up to you.
What directions wouldn't attack?
If you go to move around without leaving his threatened space, basically.
Well, then I'm gonna move around to his other side. Yeah.
Right about there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Going down the list, you see... Oh, it's now Halen's turn. Halen, who will now, noticing that... Oh, he has to make a... Yeah, he makes it. He is not entangled, however, this area still is difficult terrain. He will... Oh! I missed Alden, so I will go ahead and work with Alden now. He will wade his way through, walking through the illusory Atha. He will wade his way through. It's half speed when you're moving through that space, and he'll go to make an unarmed strike against the guard. He is flanking, so he has advantage. Good thing. That is a 15, so that hits. He deals strength, so he deals 1 point of damage to that guard. The guard is okay. Now it will roll over to Halen's turn. Halen will see Atha doing, or Atha will see Alden doing this. Good thinking. He also goes to take a hit. He also has advantage because the guard is being flanked. That is a 14 that hits. So he deals 3 points of damage. Okay. Next in the list, you see Iacus runs into this doorway and out of sight. And you now see... Where are they? You now see the figures of Melanthios and Epimetheus just get out of the hallway. Here, they're looking around. They don't seem to understand what's going on. That's all of those.
Sees a fight. What's going on?
Right. And coming in from behind them, pushing one of let's see if he succeeds on his strength check. He does not. So you can hear there's a struggle to get out of this doorway, but you cannot see who is on the other side of it. Unfortunately, he did not make his acrobatics check to pass through a threatened space. Who's next? Oh, so it is now the guard's turn. The guard, now limping and in pain, will go and take a very tired swing against Tarin. That is a 9, which misses. So he goes to take a swing, but he's hurting, man. He just can't seem to connect. And he'll actually shout up to the guards on top, "Help! Help!" And he'll go to move away from you. So he'll actually pass between you two. There is a space between you two, and move 1 space out. Both of you get attacks of opportunity against him as he's running away.
Yes.
So Deimos and Tarin both get attacks of opportunity.
Okay, and so I rolled a d20 plus strength mod.
Plus your strength modifier, yep.
19, because I have no modifier.
Okay, 19 hits. That's 1 plus your strength.
So what?
So 1. Alright, so you deal 1 point of damage. Deimos, go ahead and make an attack of opportunity against the guard.
I am muted. 23. A really sick-ass 23.
23, yeah, that'll hit. Your strength mod is +3. Was that a natural 20? Oh, plus proficiency mod. Sorry, that's right.
Plus
'cause
proficiency mod,
Yeah,
yeah.
proficiency mod. Okay, yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead. So it's 1 strength mod is 3. Yeah. So as this guard is running away, you just out
Wait,
with
doesn't Deimos have his oh, is it just 1 as a base for attack of opportunity?
Oh, that's right. I forgot you have the club.
I have the club.
That's right. I forgot. Go ahead and roll a d4 and add your strength mod.
D4 plus strength mod.
Mhm.
There's my D4.
Your caltrop.
Yeah, I got it. Plus proficiency?
No, just strength.
No, just strength. Max damage is 7.
So that'd be a 7. All right. As this guard is limping away, holding his arm, you smack him, clock him right in the back of the head with a club, and he crumples to the ground in front of you.
Sucker.
Ripping pepperoni.
All right. And in seeing this, now both of the archers at the top of the wall are going to take aim and fire at you, Deimos. That's a 6.
Nope.
And that's an 8. So,
Nope.
Both of the bolts, actually, one of the bolts comes close. It skims right over your shoulder, doesn't deal any damage, and the other bolt just clatters into the ground and shatters. That will end the guard's turn. Well, end those guards' turn, I should say. Okay. You don't know if that one's moved yet. He will run up and will succeed. So you'll see the white one is Melanthios. You'll see Melanthios is pushed out of the way as a guard comes out through the door holding his club, but that's as far as he can get. Okay. I don't know why I don't have Kledash. What was your initiative? I don't know why I don't have you on the list. Because I definitely just went right over your turn.
See, it should be double check. Yeah, check the wrong place. 16.
16. Okay, so you actually, I'll have you go now because you're not at the top of the initiative order, but you're close. And because I didn't write you down, you can go ahead and take your turn.
Okay.
You're hearing the sounds of a scuffle out in the hallway, but you can't you can't see through the illusion.
Mm-hmm. So Kledash will double back through the illusion.
Mm-hmm. So you get up to it, and you can poke your head through to see, but Halen is actually in the way. You can move through it. I don't think with half speed you wouldn't be able to get all the way to the other side, and you'd have to make an acrobatics check to get through him. So unfortunately, you can't actually move from where you are, but you can poke your head out and see.
So Kledash will just blindly try to walk through the illusion, and he'll run up against Halen, right?
You can poke your head out from the illusion, and you see Halen standing right in front of you, so you can't actually pass through that space.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because there's no space on the other side for you to go to, and it's difficult terrain. So.
Mm-hmm. So Kledash just sort of puts his hand on Halen's shoulder and just says, "Come on, let me in here. Don't keep me out of this."
Okay. Halen looks over his shoulder at you. Anything else this turn? Will that be all?
I mean, try to push past a bit, see if he moves. Halen moves at all.
The hallway is 5 feet wide. So unfortunately, you actually can't get through that space because once you can go through the space of allies, but you can't stop in that space. And with half speed, you'd get to 1, 2, 3. You would actually get to the space where the guard is, and you can't pass through or stop in threatened spaces. So unfortunately, it's a bit of a bottleneck here.
Okay, so I'll just stop at the bottleneck.
Okay.
And the illusion will have dispersed.
Okay, you'll disperse the minor illusion. Okay.
Yeah, there's no point anymore.
Okay. Coming back around to the top of the initiative order, that will actually. So now, coming back up to the top of the initiative, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Not quite. Okay. Coming back to the top of the initiative order actually comes back to you. If you would like to hold an action, that is an option.
Oh, to me?
Yeah, sorry. Because I did
Oh.
write down your initiative, you're actually near the top of the initiative order. So when the initiative rolled over, it came right back to you again.
Oh, funny.
How
Double
does
tone.
holding an action work?
So I'm still in the bottleneck.
Correct.
Shoot. Let's see. Can I? No room.
I will say, for the purposes of movement, I will allow you to take a free dash action, so you can move twice your movement speed this turn, just because I messed you up last time, and take an action, just because I messed up where you were in the initiative order last time.
I mean, is there any
So
way that
if
I
you-
could do?
If you'd like, you'd be able to make it all the way to the other side here. But because the hallway is so narrow, unfortunately, you can't stand next to the guard.
Can I attempt to climb over Halen to get on top of the guard?
So the way movement works, you can freely pass through allied spaces. You just can't stop in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can... Actually, let me double check. Look at my map. Because I'm pretty sure the hallways are only 5 feet wide. But I could be wrong.
I know, but I'm trying to climb over Halen.
Well, so you don't need to. You can freely pass through allied spaces. That's
Okay.
a given. However, looking at the map. Oh no, I lied. Sorry. The hallway is 10 feet wide. So rewind a little bit. You can actually move to stand right next to Halen.
And I shall do so.
That's what I get.
Yep.
So
Okay,
this
so-
actually, we will rewind to the previous turn, the first turn you had at the bottom
Okay.
of the initiative order last round.
Okay, then I will attempt to grapple the guard, specifically on his head.
Okay. The guard is considered restrained at the moment.
Mhm.
So he... go ahead and roll athletics with advantage. Because he's currently restrained by the creeping vines.
Oh, okay. So, 18. Do we really have to add anything else?
Nope, you don't need to. I will say that beats it. So you are now grappling the guard, in addition to him being restrained.
Okay. I will
And
attempt to...
Now rolling back to the top of the initiative order, take your next turn.
I will attempt to bite the guard.
Okay. I'm trying to think. You don't have like a bite attack as a Dragonborn, correct?
No, I do not.
Nothing special.
No.
I will say,
Bite him in the ankles.
just make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh wait.
You got to tell her what to roll.
I know. I'm just... Oh.
With
Ooh.
with
It's with advantage. You get
with
another
advantage.
d20.
Oh, with the-
So you can roll again.
That's better.
That's better.
Yeah.
So that hits definitively. Go ahead and roll a d4 and divide it by 2.
So roll a d2.
Essentially, yeah. I don't know if you have physical dice. Okay, 2. Plus your strength mod of 0, so you deal 2 piercing damage to this guard. You reach forward, grab him by the head, and just right on the top of his head. And as you do so, he goes to struggle, and he falls limp in your grasp.
Oh, he's dead?
He had 1 hit point left.
Oh, okay.
How many people have we killed?
Halen
That
whacked
gets
him
rid of
with
my
a nat
coup de
20.
grace, but okay.
What's
Halen
up?
whacked him with a nat 20.
How many
nothing.
people have we killed now?
That makes that,
3 so far.
that brings the death toll up to 3. So your bounty is going to be something. You didn't hear that from me. Coming back down, that is going to go to Deimos now. Sorry, it's actually going to Alden now, and Alden will, I believe he can take down his thing at will. Can he not? Just want to make sure that he can take down. I believe Entangle is a concentration spell. Yeah, so he will close his fist, and the creeping vines just dissipate from the floor. So the floor is now passable. It's no longer rough terrain. And he will actually push past both of you into the room. He just strides forward, not really making eye contact with either of you, and just pushes forward into the wall where he saw you come out of. And he just vanishes onto the other side of the wall. Next up we have Deimos.
What would it cost to grab the guard we just killed? His club.
His club?
Well, yeah.
So you have 1 club already. To grab the club of the guard you just took down, I would say that's it's bonus action. I'd say that's a bonus action to grab a weapon you can see on the ground and then not immediately take an attack with it. Otherwise, it would be a free action as part of the attack, but...
So would I be able to grab, move to the other guard that's at the door, and then attack, or no?
Yeah, you can grab it. I'm trying to think about the distance. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You wouldn't be able to get all the way to him. Your full movement would bring you to about here. Unless you'd like to take a dash action to get right up to him, but then that's your action.
Okay. I'll just grab his club when I murder him. I'll dash and attack.
Okay, so you a dash action is your action. So you can't do
okay,
both.
it is an action.
Yeah, a rogue can do a dash action, or there's a feat that gives you the ability to take a dash action as a bonus action.
Okay.
But unfortunately, neither of those apply to you.
Okay, so I'll grab the club and dash.
I'll write this
to
down
him.
so for people watching, don't 1/2 scale. There, that handwriting was terrible, but sorry. Tell me what you were
Readable
gonna do.
enough. Grab the club and then dash to the guard.
Okay, so you'll grab the club. You now have 2 clubs, and you dash right up about there to the guard.
Wait, could he dual wield clubs?
I have two-handed 2-weapon fighting. I can dual wield.
Is
Oh,
that
shit,
your,
then yeah.
Yeah. I believe is that your fighting style? Is it 2-weapon fighting style?
That is my fighting style.
Okay.
I have
And
2-weapon fighting style.
That's
Nice.
Remind me how that works, because it's been a long time. You can take it attack
I-
action, and then as your bonus action, you can take a second attack. Is that it?
No, it's I didn't write that part down actually.
Let's go
But
take a look.
the part I did write down. Oh, actually, I'm actually here already. Oh no, that's part of the standby. It's like page 70, I think, is my page. Yeah, page
72.
72.
When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. Okay, that's not incredibly... Do you have 2 attacks currently?
I don't know if that's a thing, so let me go look that up. Contents, actions in combat, 192.
He gets the extra attack of 5th level.
Yeah, I don't think you have the second attack just yet. But... Yeah, 2-weapon fighting.
When you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon you're holding in the other hand. This is on page 195.
Of the 2-weapon fighting, I think.
Yeah.
Let me just because 5e tools is not laid out well enough for me to do 195. You said
195. Yes.
Da-da-da-da.
195.
Always helpful to actually have.
Using a club, right?
2 clubs, yeah. Or
Yeah, they are light, so...
Melee attacks, opportunity, 2-weapon fighting. Yeah. So it's like I said, you attack with your action, and then you can take a bonus action to attack with the second one. It does say here you don't add your ability modifier, but because you have the 2-weapon fighting style, you do.
I do. Yes. That is the part I wrote down.
Okay, so you now have 2 attacks this turn because you were holding 2 weapons. This turn though, because you took the dash action, that's it for you. Moving on, we now have Tarin.
I wish to try and follow Deimos.
Over here? Okay, yeah, you'd be able to make a full dash and get right behind him. If that's
Yeah,
but
I'll get up
that'll be your
behind.
turn.
Yeah, I'll get behind Deimos.
Okay. So you take a dash action and get right up behind him. You snuggle in nice and close. Now it will be...
I don't think I have any bonus actions. I don't know.
I don't believe you have any bonus action spells. Casting time, 1 action, 1 action, 1 minute, 1 action, 1 action, 1 reaction, 1 minute. Yeah, so you don't have any bonus action spells, so you don't have anything to do
Which
on
one
your
is
turn.
1 reaction?
Featherfall.
Oh.
Moving on, we are going down to Halen now. Halen will will look at Kledash. That's one way to do it, and he'll duck into the workshop here that you found as well, out of sight, and he will actually do that. Next up, we have Calder.
Right, sorry. I don't really know what I want to do, to be brutally honest.
That's a good question.
There's
Tarin's
two
taken
guys up on the...
a good amount of damage.
Yeah, he has. Alright,
But you're right,
cool.
yes, there are 2 guys. These 2 guys, for reference, they're actually up here. But just for the ease of seeing them, that's their level here. They're up here. I just don't have
Right.
altitude thingies.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Right. I run over to Tarin then and slap him on the back and give him a healing spell. Which one am I using? The one that gives him the big touch one.
It will have to be the bonus action because it'll be here is your action, and then dash will bring you up right behind.
Oh
him.
yeah. Sorry,
So I
I
believe
can't
is
do
a
that with
healing
bonus
word.
action.
I think is a bonus action.
Sorry.
If you have
the
healing
list
word
has
prepared.
disappeared.
Yeah, so healing word is a bonus action, and it has a range of 60 feet.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
Unfortunately, yeah. I believe you're thinking of Cure Wounds.
Yeah, that's 1d8 plus my
But yeah,
spell passing. I was
unfortunately,
hoping for that one instead.
that is 1 action, so you don't have an action this turn. Because you used it to dash.
Well, no, I forgot it was half scale. I thought I had more space.
Yeah, sorry,
Um,
that's that's that. Sorry.
Are we not gonna get shot, at least?
They tried.
Yeah, okay. In which case, instead of doing that, flip the table and hide behind it, the one I was standing next to.
Okay, so you'll instead of doing that, you'll walk up to the table, make a strength check.
5!
So you do manage to wrench the table over onto its side, but it is now vertical in this dimension, not providing a whole lot of cover to you right now at the moment. Had it been higher, you may have been able to drag it around, but with a 5, unfortunately,
well,
it is vertical. It's just not facing in a direction that might give you a whole lot of cover.
Well, I tried. Healing word on
So there.
Tarin? Someone's low on
Tarin?
health.
Okay. So you reach out and you make the incantation and you shout to Tarin, who heals. Was it D4 plus 1?
Spellcasting mod. So it is
D4
it's
plus-
4 plus my spellcasting mod is not there.
Your spellcasting mod is wisdom, right? So it's plus 3.
Sweet. So you regain 7 health.
Okay. I believe that brings you
That
back
is
up to
good.
full
I'll check.
because you have a wizard and no.
Yeah,
You're a
I'm
wizard, so you have
13.
no health.
I have 4. I lost 4.
All right, so you gain 7. You're back up to 10. Okay, that'll be your turn. Moving down the list, we now have some of these prisoners. White one is Melanthios. After seeing all of you running and taking down the guards, will actually turn and take a swing at the guard in the doorway. Flip this over so I have the actual stat block for the prisoners. Oh, I gave them.
I checked and it says I have 9 HP as my current hit points. So 7 brings me up to 10.
9 plus 7 is 16.
Yeah, I was just making sure the math. I was
So
just
he
letting you know.
he goes to take a swing and he does connect, but the chainmail just he pulls his hand back and shakes it. Now, actually, sorry, no, he has advantage because he's currently flanking the guard. It doesn't matter, same thing. Next, Epimetheus will actually turn to the guard and go to grapple him.
So brother, I pressed the button.
Okay. And he actually does succeed in grappling the guard, and he wrestles him. So the guard is now currently grappled.
Oh no! Oh no! He's grappled, and he's got a two-handed weapon fighter coming at him.
All right.
And if that doesn't kill him, I have an extra spell slot.
So next, we roll down
How many
to
spells have you used?
He's used a
2.
magic missile
2 out of
at
3.
one of the guards.
He did magic missile
Oh.
and burning hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Next in the initiative order, you hear from behind the other guard. Is this the right one? Oh, I had the wrong figurine. Out of the way! And he shoves his way past this guard. You see Overseer Kron coming down with his, I want to
Oh
say,
no!
with his longsword drawn, seeing the pandemonium taking place, and he'll actually turn and take a swing with the butt of his sword. He's not aiming to kill, but he does swing with the butt of his sword to Epimetheus. And he rolls a 4. So he goes to swing, but because he's checking, he doesn't quite connect. Epimetheus actually manages to just duck out of the way. Does he have... he does not have 2 attacks. So that ends Overseer Kron's turn. Moving down the initiative. Oh, that's the end of the initiative order. Going to the guards now. The guard here will attempt to break the grapple. And against that. So he takes both of his hands and slaps Epimetheus's hands off of him, and he goes and with both hands goes to clap him on either side of the head. That's a hit.
He about to get clapped.
And his the guard has +1. So you can see Epimetheus is reeling from the blow. He's not down, but he's definitely hurting. He's reeling from that strike against either side of his head. These 2 guards, now seeing Deimos armed, will both take strikes against him. Will both take aim and fire against him. That's a 4. And that's a natural 1. So, as you hear both of them swing towards you, one of them the bolt flies off and actually strikes the rock next to you. The other one, no bolt comes at you. He looks at his crossbow. The crossbow's jammed.
Can I just like flip them off as I'm running towards the door?
Yeah, I'll say as the bolt zips by you, you just raise up the big old middle finger right at him. And the second one, his crossbow jams, and he has to take an action next turn to try and fix it. Coming back up to the top of the initiative order, you now hear. Where's the? I need to look up the spell because I was an idiot and I didn't put it up. Okay. That's not what I thought it was. Oops. Okay, so you see, coming from up above, you now see the real jailer Atha looking out over the field and seeing three of her guards dead, one of the guards taking quite a bit of damage, and she'll raise up her holy symbol and point down into the field as a huge fog cloud erupts in the center of the field. In the center of the arena, and I believe it's 20 feet?
Would it hit any of us? Would we be like whatever?
It's not a damage thing. It's just
just like
when you're in that area, it's considered heavily obscured. So you are more or less considered blinded. So your attacks have disadvantage. However, attacks against you also have disadvantage. And that will actually cover this. Oh no, that's my Sharpie! Quick, get the bleach wipes!
Oh no!
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, son of a. Hang on, bleach wipes.
Uh-oh.
No, bleach wipes can get it out. See, it's okay. We're okay.
Rub
Um,
harder!
There, close enough. I'm calling that. Calling it a day.
It adds flavor to the map.
Oh, the mat was already a factory reject, so it's got plenty of flavor. Trust me. All right.
You lick it?
Not recently.
You said it has taste.
I said it had flavor. It's two different.
Or
things.
flavor.
I'm just gonna tuck that away in my bag so I don't grab it again. So actually that will be this area, a little bit bigger, centered right around there. So you two are currently, where did I put your figures? Oh, they're here. You two are currently inside the cloud, so you're not able to see out of it. The area is considered obscure.
And magic missile requires line of sight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a target that you see.
Oh boy.
Right, so you can't see out of the cloud either. And that is her action. That's the first level, so mark off a first level spell slot. Okay, so that is her action. She'll lean over the balcony. And also shout down to Kron. Say, get them under control. And that'll be your turn. Coming up next, we have Kledash. You're up. I swear to God, if any of you have summoning spells, I will smite you.
So I summoned 2,000 crickets.
That's considered a swarm, and they act as one, so there. So yeah, Kledash, you're up.
So Kledash will backtrack through the illusion again
Okay.
And
So he'll just. Sorry, something just fell in my fridge. So you'll duck back into the illusion here.
Mhm.
Okay, that's about 5 feet of movement, if that.
Okay.
And once again, just a reminder, taking a quick glance around, you see mechanical parts, you see parchments, you see plans, that sort of thing. It's a really quick glance, you can't really get a good feel for it, but it's definitely some kind of workshop.
All right. Perception to get a better feel for it.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. That will be your turn, though. That's your action.
Okay. 12.
Okay, 12. Looking around, I'll just say for flavor, you take a step over to look at the table. You see plans for some kind of device. The writing, what languages do you know?
I'm fluent in Draconic and Common.
Just Draconic Common. You don't recognize the language on the sketchpad, on the parchment. You do see it's some sort of it looks to be almost like some kind of containment device. You see a circular something that's marked in a language you don't understand with a box around it, and there's various writings all around it. Hang on, I just have to double check something real quick. Don't mind me. Kledash. Oops. Okay. Got it good. Okay. Okay. So that'll be, and looking around this workspace, you do definitely see the pieces. You're able to line up the pieces on the diagram with the pieces you see scattered around the room. Whoever is working in this workspace is definitely in the process of constructing whatever's on this parchment. And I will say that's your turn unless you have a bonus action you'd like to do.
No.
Just because there's a lot of stuff in this room, so you kind of really had to take a second and look.
Yeah. Can this turn basically be that second?
Yeah, that'll be your turn. Okay. Moving down the list, we are now at Alden. Alden, who is standing next to you, will also roll, and he will actually he looks at you and looks at the rest of the stuff in the room with just this expression of shock, and he leans over to the floor and he picks up an object that you don't see, but he's now holding an object that he picked up off the floor. It's smaller than the size of his hand. And that's going to be his turn. Next up, we have Deimos.
Can I exit this fog cloud BS?
Yeah. Let's see. You'd move 10 feet backwards and you're out of the fog cloud.
That is not me. That is not Deimos.
That's not Deimos. Sorry. In your direction, I would say 5, 10. Yeah, you can move 10 feet and be out of the fog cloud, adjacent to Kron, who is inside the fog cloud. And
Would I be able to see?
If
Would
you
I be
take
able to see
another
Kron?
step away, he is obscured, so he gains a bonus to his AC.
Okay. And what about the other guard?
The other guard currently on the other side of
In between the
Amoebius?
two. Yeah, in between the two other dudes.
Yeah, I'd say you're within melee range. You can see him pretty easily.
Okay. Let's kill the weenie first.
Okay.
I'll
go ahead and roll an
attack the guard.
Okay.
Stand by. Okay.
So plus proficiency plus strength.
That is a nat 20.
There's a natural 20. All right, go ahead and roll your d4. So you have two options. Either you can roll 2d4, or you can roll 1d4 and multiply it by 2. It's up to you.
I'll take 1d4 multiplied by 2.
Okay.
That'll net me a 6.
Okay, 6 plus your strength.
6 plus strength. No proficiency, right? Just
No
straight
proficiency, just strength.
Yeah.
'Cause
That'll
you
be
don't
9.
add your proficiency to. You only add your proficiency to attacks, not to damage.
All right. Okay. So that'll be a total of 9 then.
So, woof, you come down over the top of his head, clock him on the top of the head, and he just... Actually, he does like almost a pratfall, just poof, right forward on the ground. He had 6 hit points. This is
That
what
was
happens. This is what happens when you roll for all your NPC hit points. Some of them are just weak. You do also have a bonus action to attack if you'd like to try and take the attack against Kron.
Kron? Yes, I
With
would
your-
like to do that.
With your offhand, yeah.
I would love to do that.
I will say, because he's obscured, I will say roll with disadvantage.
Hey, I've got the action. May as well use it. Let's see, 16, 21 on the first roll,
Okay.
and 15 on the second.
Okay. Kron. So the second strike, as you whip around with your other, with your other club, ping! You hear it slam against his shield. Unfortunately, not doing any damage to him. So will that be your turn? I think you have about 20 more feet to move if you'd like.
24.
So are you
Tarin.
gonna move or are you gonna stay where you are?
I'll stay.
Tarin's in the fog cloud. You can't see him right now. Alright, so you'll stay where you are. Moving down to the next in the initiative order, that's going to be Calder.
Right. So there's a big old fog cloud over there. I can't see anyone through it. All I can see is the guys up on the top,
Correct.
and
You
they're
can
on
see,
that wall.
You see Atha and the 2 guards.
Sorry, the whole half scale is kind of throwing me off like distances. So
Yeah, it's roughly going up. It's roughly about 70 feet.
okay, I was good at burning hands. That's not going to work.
No, burning hands will not reach that far.
Yeah, but getting close enough. If it's 70. Oh, how high is the wall then?
The wall is about about 15 feet high or so.
So I wouldn't reach with it at that anyway. It's 15 feet range. Right.
Yeah, not if you were at the bottom of it, it would just clear the top of the wall. It wouldn't actually reach them.
It's the AoE spell I have, so I was hoping, but it's clearly not going to work. Okay. Right. Well, I make a dash action. What's that mess next to everyone on the above them? Above the fog cloud? Yeah.
That's rocks.
Like the rocks that we were working on?
Yeah,
Right,
the rocks
that's
that
there.
they've been chipping
Right.
away. If you want to climb up, it would be a strength check
No,
as a part of
I
an
want to use
action,
them as
but
cover.
You're going to use them as cover. Okay. So
I'll
if you
dash
take
over there and use them as cover.
Yeah, you take a dash action to get right about there.
Seeing as the table didn't work.
40, 50. Yeah, you can get right about there, and the rock is actually taller than you are, so you are able to use it for full cover.
Sweet.
Is that going to be your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Moving down, we now have Tarin. If he's alive. Tarin.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. Give me 1 second.
Hello?
His mic is dead.
His mic is dead. Uh-oh. That's no good. Whoop.
It has been repaired, but could I see Kron?
From where you are, not really. The fog cloud is obscuring your vision completely. If you take a step forward, I'd say 2 steps forward. If you move forward about 10 feet, 15 feet, you'd just be able to make him out, but it would still, any attacks against him would still be a disadvantage.
Does magic count as an attack? Would that have to, like, or does that, like, ignore AC?
If it depends on the spell. Some spells are make a magic attack.
Magic missile.
Magic missile automatically hits. So if you, if you
walk the
move
10 feet
forward
and then
about 15 feet, you can now see like just the vague outline of him, and you
yeah,
can
I'll walk
magic
to that
missile
point,
him.
and yeah, I'll walk to that point and blast him.
Okay. So it's all 3 darts on him.
Yes.
Okay. Roll your 3d4 plus 3.
All right. Let me tell Sweetie to do that.
You can do a show roll 3d4, and she'll just show you each individual roll.
That's bad rolling.
It's worse. I've seen worse.
It could have been all ones.
Okay. So that's 5. So that's 8 damage. You're practically close enough to touch him, but you form your hand into the arcane the arcane methods, and thrust it forward, just barely not coming into contact with him, as all 3 of the bolts just leap the 6 inches from your hand to him, right into his chest. So that's 6 damage. Sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Next up.
So that's all 3 of your spells gone.
Next up will be
Yes,
Halen.
all 3 spells in one combat.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Next up will be Halen, and Halen will actually, with his stumpy little dwarf legs, use a dash action to get all the way to the other side of the room, to the door. We'll try the door. The door is locked. And that's going to be his turn. Next up, we have these 2 prisoners. Epimetheus, having taken quite a hit, will actually stay right where he is. Melanthios, on the other hand, will go to take a swing at Kron with disadvantage. It is a 14, which does not hit. You hear the sound of his fist contacting metal as Kron spins around and brings up his shield just in time to not take the prisoner's fist. At this point, you do actually now see 1, 2. You do now see up at the top, Cadmos comes up behind one of the archers, as well as Bernard comes up behind one of the archers as well from the same stairwell. Actually, see, yeah, he can do that because this is half scale. He'll be right about there. They both pop up, and they're both going to attempt to shove the crossbow archers off the wall. 1, 2. Good to know. 1, 2. All right. This archer is pushed into the wall. Unfortunately, Cadmos was not able to actually get him over, but this guard comes tumbling over the wall, falls 15 feet, and lands prone. Actually lands prone on the rock, taking an additional couple of points of damage. So 15 feet, he'll take that much damage. That's the yellow one. Okay. And he lands. You can hear the crossbow slamming against the rock. It looks fine, but he's definitely taken quite a bit of damage from that. That is going to be the prisoner's turn. Down the order, now we have Kron. Kron is going to turn around and take a swing at Tarin, also with disadvantage. Where is the d20 I've been using for him?
And then doesn't Obscure give me extra AC if I remember properly?
So you're considered quote unquote invisible. So you actually any attack against you is made with disadvantage.
Oh, all right.
It's not quite the same thing as cover. And he is going to add an extra 1d4 to his attack from Atha's leadership ability. That is going to be a 9 plus 9 plus, so a 10. And 10 will... Does a 10 hit you? It does not.
I'm 11. Oh, that was... Ah, yes!
So that disadvantage...
Very, very close.
That disadvantage saved you because his other one was a 12. So he
I'm
goes to
not
take a swing
dead.
through the cloud, but he just can't seem to get a clear view of you. So that's Kron's turn. Excuse me. Now the rest of the guard's turn. This guard here will actually turn around and, dropping his crossbow, take out his club and take a swing at Cadmos. Now, that's a natural 1. So he goes to take a swing and just goes wide. Cadmos almost deflects it, but he doesn't really need to because the guard's just not anywhere near him. This other guard, if I can get my glasses there, the other guard now will use half his movement to stand, make an acrobatics check to jump down to the bottom of the rock. Yeah, he makes it. He lands. You can hear the armor clink as his boots slam into the ground, and he will also pull out, drop his crossbow at his feet, pull out his club, and take a swing at Melanthios. Oh my god! I need to retire this. By the way, the die that's been giving me all of the natural ones tonight is my fancy fucking lapis lazuli die. So you're welcome. My expensive die is fucking me right now.
That's usually how it works. The fancy
Thank you.
ones are the ones that do it.
See, you buy cheap dice, and when they fail you throw them out, buy a new set of cheap dice until they fail you.
That's the problem with having a statistically balanced die. Sometimes it fucks you. So that rolls a natural 1 and actually stumbles backward and falls against the rocks behind him because he's still, like, he clutches his leg and he's still just not really feeling it. Okay. You now see... Where is the other one? You now see another guard pop out from this hallway, club in hand. Having taken a dash action to get there, he's breathing heavy, can't do anything on this turn, but he is in the doorway. I think that's it. Coming back up to the top of the initiative, Atha's turn. Atha will now turn to this prisoner here, and she will... Is Fog Cloud a concentration spell? No, it's not. Oh, it is a concentration spell. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Atha will now turn to the green one, who is Bernard, and point at him and say, "Stop." Bernard rolls a wisdom saving throw, gets a natural 1. And those of you that have a clear line of sight to up top, which is actually just Calder at this point, sees Bernard his hands just drop down to his sides, and he almost like turns down and falls into a stupor. In doing so, the fog cloud has dissipated entirely. She traded one concentration spell for another.
Command's not a concentration spell.
Is it not? A charm person
No, it's
is,
a
though.
one-time. One ring. Oh, charm person's different.
Charm
but
person.
charm
Sorry,
person-
she doesn't have access to command yet, fortunately. But charm person is a concentration spell.
If it's charm person, then it doesn't work the same way that you're describing it.
If it fails the saving throw, it's charmed. Regards you as a friendly acquaintance. So, essentially, because it's now a friendly to her, he's no longer has a reason to attack anyone on the field right now.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I mean, unless
Different spells do different things.
unless she tells him to, in which case he'd be inclined to if he fails another save. But
He'd probably still attack the other, or try and go for the crossbowman.
if he
He
was
just-
already if he was so inclined.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Charm is a little bit. Charm creature.
Charm's
yeah,
a bit skew-iffy in that one.
Yeah,
bit more
Charm's
roleplay-y.
a little weird in 5th Ed. He still could technically attack the other guard up there, but she does have advantage on any ability checks to interact socially with him, so she's not choosing to this turn, but she could convince him to stop.
She could convince him to turn on her. I don't know why I'm helping you.
I mean, she could.
Yeah,
She doesn't have any more actions this turn, but she could if she wanted to.
Don't help him.
Moving down the line, Kledash, you're up.
Yeah, don't help the DM, please.
It's fine. I'll screw him over later.
All right.
And it also depends on whether or
So-
not she thinks he's a useful asset, or if she's just trying to stop the person who might push her over the wall.
So since Halen tried the door, Kledash will look up over at Halen. And then... let's see. Does Kledash at all hear the struggle in the courtyard?
From where you are, make a perception check.
Sorry about that.
So 18.
18, easily. You can hear,
Okay.
refresh cache, there we go. Easily, you hear the sounds of a scuffle, you hear people shouting, you hear the guards, alternately screaming in pain.
Okay. So Kledash then, after he's done looking at Halen, he basically moves his head to the other side to the breached area and dashes out the door.
Okay. With your full movement, you get right about to here.
Okay.
You could go a little bit further. However, you do encounter another guard in the hallway.
Okay. I leap at him.
Well, using your dash action, that'd be everything.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Moving down the list, we now have Alden. Alden, who is currently out of sight. You can't actually see what he's doing, but he will do this. Okay. Now we have Deimos.
Attack. Kron.
Okay.
Wait,
Go.
is he a melee range? He's a melee range, right?
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
have
okay,
you
yeah.
separated slightly just because of the way that things are spaced on the map right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Attack Kron.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. You don't have disadvantage
that
anymore.
is-
The fog cloud's gone.
24.
Yeah, that'll do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that sucks. 4.
4 damage. Okay.
Attack him again.
And with your
With
second
my
attack.
bonus action.
Yep. Go ahead with your other club.
23.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Marginally better. 5.
5? Okay. So with both your clubs, whack, whack. You come down on either side of his shoulders. Actually, you can hear with the second strike, you hear one of his clavicles actually snap under the impact, and the arm on that side goes limp. All right. Going down the list, that is going to come to Calder.
Okay. Right. Great if I planned my moves ahead, wouldn't it?
Meh.
Is there any... I can barely see what's going on in that big scuffle right by what was a fog cloud. Is there still anyone there?
Yes, let me separate the players out slightly.
Sweet, burning hands. No.
There's a guard here.
The two...
Kron, 2 guards. This guard is in the hallway, so that he's completely obscured. You're behind cover. That is currently taller than you are. So you actually can't really target any one of these unless you duck out from the side, and then you can get a line of sight.
Also, mind you, the other two, the two little non-meeples in that little cluster are...
These 2 are prisoners, yeah.
Those are prisoners?
Who seem to be allies at the moment.
You might be doing a little blue on blue there.
Yeah, I was joking with burning hands.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking, that's a lot of people burning... No, it's not. I wouldn't do that. Fireball? Maybe.
It's a good thing you
Okay.
don't have access to that yet, huh?
No. I'm just checking one spell. Guiding bolt, that is 46 radiant damage and a range of 120 feet. Damn, that's good. Do I... Fuck it, let's burn a spell slot. Okay, I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt on the paladin up top.
Okay, yeah.
The paladin lady, I forgot the name of.
I will say you just have to move like back 5 feet, and then you can clearly see her over the rock.
Fine by me.
You go ahead and cast your Guiding Bolt. You point directly at her, and the bolt arcs towards her. I believe it is a spell attack, is it not?
Range attack spell, yes.
Range attack spell, yep.
I roll a 3, so it doesn't work.
All right. Unfortunately, the excuse me. The bolt streaks over her shoulder. She watches as it bolts off into the sky and looks down at you. You do have the remainder of your movement if you'd like to move back under cover.
I move back under the rock.
Okay, so you take a step forward and go back under cover. Of note, obviously she knows where you are, but you do not have direct line of sight anymore.
Perfect action.
Yes.
Okay. Coming up next is going to be Tarin. I'm going to move everybody back into place, just because that's where you actually are.
Yeah, sorry about that. Should have been playing in my head, but lots of stuff's going on.
No, that's
behind the scenes, sorry.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
I'm trying to think of what I can do. Can I attempt a grapple on Kron?
You can certainly try. If you want to roll athletics.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I
mean, it's nothing, but it's still at least it's not negative.
Okay.
Do I have disadvantage?
No, the fog cloud has dissipated.
$14, so I'm assuming it does nothing.
As a matter of fact, he rolled a 10. So,
oh,
you take a hold of Kron, who is reeling from the strikes that were dealt by Deimos. And you actually you put a hand on the shoulder of the shoulder blade of the clavicle that's cracked, and he as you hold him in place. Okay.
Nice.
So that is your turn. Next up is Halen, who you can't see, but you do see him now. as he pops out into the gated area, glances around, and pulls a lever, opening this gate. And he shouts over, "Come on!" That's going to be his turn. Next up, that's the 8s. Let's move down to the 6s, which are the prisoners. Melanthios is... Oh, he's in a rough place, man. Is actually... Oh, he's going to take a disengage action and move straight back. That's about as far as he can move. But he's going to remove himself from combat for the time being. Sorry, that was Iacus. Excuse me. Oh wait, what am I saying? Epimetheus. What am I? Sorry, I've got I've got things that have stripes on them, and I keep not reading it correctly. So that's Epimetheus takes a disengage and backs away from combat. Melanthios, not really enjoying where he is actually going to turn and take a swing at the guard who tried to take a swing at him. That is an 8, so he misses. His fist just goes wide. The Cadmos here, seeing Atha's influence, looks at Atha, turns to the guard, and goes to body check the guard again and try and push him off the edge. That is going to be... That's going to be a 19 versus a 2. So, this guard now screams as he's pushed over the edge and plummets down, landing prone right here, taking 5 points of damage. Okay. And he lands prone there. Let's see, now at the end of Bernard's turn, I believe, does Bernard get a save at the end of the turn? No. So Bernard, until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. No, so he does not get a saving throw, unfortunately.
No.
So Bernard is actually just going to stay where he is. He's actually going to take a step away from... He's actually going to move away from the stairs. He's now, like, over here-ish. Alright. Who is up? We actually have... And it's at this point, Kledash, you see from behind you Erebos bursting out from the dormitories going, "What's going on? I heard shouting." That's gonna be the end of the prisoner's turn. Moving
Massive
down.
understatement.
Yeah. Moving down. Kron's turn.
I love how
Kron will... Okay. Kron will... Okay. He will attempt to trip Deimos. Deimos, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving. Aye aye. Cocked. Rolling at a 14.
All right. So he goes. He takes the tip of his longsword and goes to hit just your heel in an attempt to push you over, but you just duck your feet out of the way. That's his action. So he is going to stay where he is. He's kind of blocked off. He kind of screwed himself on that one.
Oh, no.
So he's going to stay where he is. The rest of the guards are now going to get a turn. The guard that fell is going to use half his movement to stand. And is going to now put his crossbow away and take out his club to take a swing at Deimos right in front of him. that is... the guards get, what, +1? +3. So that is a 13?
Nope, no dice.
Which I think your AC is 10
14.
plus 10 plus Dex. So it's
Oh,
right because you're
no,
not wearing,
yeah, I'm
not
wearing
wearing
armor. So
So
no,
that
it's
is-
actually on the money. It's
so
on
that-
the money then.
So that does hit, and you take. Now that one of them have finally connected, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the club comes by
points.
and hits you in the back because you're facing towards Kron. That is his turn. This guard, seeing that not a whole lot's going perfectly well, seeing guards falling from the sky, is actually going to step out into the hallway and move about here. Melanthios is going to get an attack of opportunity against him and is going to miss. So this guard has now backed away right up to the barracks. This guard is going to take the opportunity, just looking out the door, seeing what's going on, noticing that that the prisoners are rioting, is going to go and take a backhanded swing at Kledash. That is going to be an 8, so he misses, just goes wide. That's the bottom of the initiative order. Back up to the top. Atha is going to maintain her charm on Bernard and just shouts down below. Just shouts down to everybody down below. Everybody, calm down!
Fuck you!
And as you shout back at her, she just purses her lips. And that's going to be the end of her turn. Actually, no, she's going to shout down to Kron, using her bonus action. Kron, clean up this mess! So he's going to give her that. She's going to give him that. Next up is Kledash.
All right. Kledash jumps on the guard.
Okay, the one here that took a
Basically.
swing at you?
Yep, jumps into and body slams guard.
Okay, so you are... Are you attempting to knock them over? Is that what...
Basically, yeah. Knock
Okay.
him into the ground.
Let me just double check how that works because it's been a while. I believe it's probably an athletics check, but let me double check. Combat. I don't care about feats. Let's see. Attack, cast a spell. Shoving the creature. Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me, please.
Okay.
Who's making the check?
Oh, this is going to be Kledash.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That'll do it. Are you attempting to push him?
Very nice.
Are you attempting to push him away, or are you attempting to knock him prone?
Basically, knock him down onto the ground with as
Okay.
much force as possible.
So you knock him prone, which is good because he got a 19. So congratulations. So you go ahead and knock him onto the ground. Is that going to be your turn?
No. I will basically just start beating on him while he's on the ground.
Okay. You've taken your action this turn to
Okay.
shove him down. I don't believe you have any bonus action attacks as a bard.
Nope.
But I will keep it in mind for next turn that that's what you'd like to do.
Okay.
Rolling down the initiative cascade, again, Alden is up. You now see Alden actually rushes out from this doorway back into the courtyard. What's he going to do? He is going to Oh, and actually, because Kron took... Nope, none of that happened yet. Sorry, that didn't work. I lied. It's gonna take an action. Okay. Alden is gonna take an action, and he touches his hand to his chest, and you see his skin starts turning a dark brown and starts to crackle in places as he casts bark skin on himself. And is gonna complete the rest of his movement to go right about there. Okay. Next up is Deimos.
Continue beating on Kron.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
15. Which I think is a miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, so the 15, he swings around, and even though the shield is in his arm that's limp, actually, no, wait, he is grappled, so I believe attacks against him. Oh no, it's just speed. It's just speed. It doesn't attacks against him. If he were restrained, it's different, but grappled. Yeah, so even though the arm that is now very seriously damaged has the shield, he just manages to raise it up as the club comes down onto it, and you can hear him grunt with pain as the club contacts, but you don't actually deal any damage.
Okay, attack him again.
Okay, go ahead and attack.
13. That will definitely not hit.
Yeah, your second strike, he's now ready for it, and he actually takes a step out of the way as the club goes wide. Okay, that's your action. Bonus action, would you like to move?
Let's see. Considering my position, I will hold in place.
Bear in mind, this gate is open.
Yes,
Okay.
Deimos understands.
Okay.
He will hold position.
Alrighty.
He will hold position.
Alrighty. Moving down to the next, that is going to be Calder.
Right. So got a guy on the ground. Fuck, there's not really that much I can do. I cast... What was the spell I used? Sorry, spell list is gone again. I really should be prepared for my turns.
Let me just go down the list here. Guidance, light, sacred flame,
Sacred
thaumaturgy.
flame.
There you go. Sacred flame. All right. What is your
I was at the paladin lady.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
13.
13.
It's not particularly high.
Okay. It's a dexterity saving throw. That's gonna be a natural 1.
Yay!
Oh yes!
Go ahead and roll your
That's only
D8.
1d8 damage.
Yeah. Still. Go ahead and roll your D8.
1 damage!
So as you mutter the incantation, imploring that Trixkellion strike down these agents of lawfulness impeding you, a tiny little beam of light just and strikes her on the side of the face, leaving a small mark.
Guess your god isn't really feeling it today.
It's you know
Technically, this is law versus law. But
it's
at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, it's
believe,
unlawful imprisonment.
I believe Trixkellion is chaotic, is he not?
Chaotic lawful, yes. Chaotic good, sorry, yes.
I was gonna say
Chaotic
can't be chaotic lawful. That's called neutral. But yeah.
No, chaotic lawful is called a lawyer.
All right. So you do that. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You can move.
I honestly don't think there's that much I can do. I'm fine where I am.
Okay. So you'll hold your position. Tarin, you're up.
I'm go ahead and try and make it over to the fucking open door.
Okay. Moving away. Kron will get an attack of opportunity. Unless you disengage.
Yeah, I'll disengage.
You disengage. All right. Using your movement, you can get right about to there. Yeah, right about to there or so.
Yeah, that works.
And as you pass Alden, he kind of pats you on the back and says, "Go." That's going to be the end of your turn because that's your action and your movement. At this point, it will come to Halen, who will move to the other side now, pull a second lever, and you can hear the grinding of gears and chains as the outside gate rises as well. And he is going to use the remainder of his movement to actually make his way out of the prison and out of sight. Just put him over here with the other one. Alright, that's going to be his turn. Next up are the other prisoners. Epimetheus, seeing a way out, will take a dash action to get right about to the gate. Can't quite get out, but will make his way out, almost out to the gate. Bernard is still charmed. Well, Cadmos, not having much of a choice, is going to try and shove Atha off of the balcony.
That man is a hero.
Oh, I like that laugh.
She rolled an 18. Guess what he rolled?
19?
18.
19.
Which is just enough.
Yes.
You have to meet or exceed. So,
Yeah.
he shoves Atha 5 feet away off the balcony. She falls and takes 2d6 damage. Okay, she takes damage and falls prone in her full plate. Right there, you can hear the wind being knocked out of her as 100 pounds of metal just slams into the ground.
That's good for us.
So that's gonna be okay. Mark that down. And she has to make a concentration check that she succeeds on. So he stays charmed. What else have we got? Melanthios will now take a disengage to move around and gets right about to there. Erebos, not quite sure where to go, will start backing along the hallway here. Yep, so that's about as far as he gets. Who else have I not? That's everybody. So that's going to be all the prisoners. Next up we have the guards. Next up we have Kron, actually. Kron, holding his arm, looking around. Just breathing heavily. Goes to swing with his greatsword now. No longer with the pommel, now with the blade of his sword towards Deimos.
Yeah, he upset. he mad. He really mad.
That is going to be a 14.
I don't know what he would be.
So the 14 will hit. That is going to do a D8. Where's my D8? That's a D10. That's going to do 7 points of damage as he just, in his fury, just slashes, just rakes down the front of you.
Okay.
Okay. That is going to be his turn. Next up are the other guards. So the guard that you knocked prone here will use half his movement to stand. And will actually, looking around, seeing the circumstances, will disengage, move to the door of the barracks, and move into the barracks and out of sight. This guard here, who was already moving towards the barracks, will move into the barracks and out of sight. This guard here, not really having anywhere to go, will pick up his crossbow and try to fire over the body of Atha at Deimos, which is partial cover. That's going to be an 8. The crossbow, the bolt goes wide, actually over your head, and clatters against the stone on the other side. That is all the guards at present. Coming back up to the top of the initiative order, Atha is going to use half her action to stand You can see now her helmet was knocked off in the fall. You can see her hair is just going wild. Double check her spell list here. And she... Huh. Okay. What? How does that work? Let me just double check the spell description, make sure that this is actually going to do what I think it does. Okay. So seeing everything that's going on, that is a 1... Oh! Oh! She will put up both of her hands and disappear in a cloud of mist. Reappearing right here next to... why am I blanking on his name? Next to Alden and Tarin.
Oh no.
And she will...
Nothing personnel, kid.
Right. She will take an unarmed strike against Tarin.
Oh no.
That is...
Yeah, you blew through all your spells anyways.
She's got one more. That is a 9, which I don't believe hits.
I have 11.
So
Nice.
she goes to try and strike you and just knock you down, but unfortunately, just in the discombobulation from falling and then teleporting, she just can't. She doesn't have a firm handle on where she is, what direction she's moving in. That is going to be her turn. Next up is Kledash. Kledash.
Well,
Ed-
I mean,
Eddie
beating
Murphy.
person. Beating person on ground.
The person that was in front of you used half his movement to stand and just ducked into the other side of the doorway. You know he couldn't have gone far, but he just made it to the door.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Instead
You know
of
what?
following him,
You know what? I lied.
Kledash.
He would have made it to the door. He wouldn't have been able to get into the door. My mistake.
Okay. Since he's running away, Kledash will go out in the courtyard with group.
Okay. And take a step out into the courtyard. There's a guard here. There's a guard on the other side, and Kron is directly in front of you. It's 5 feet for you to get into that space.
5 feet. Okay.
So you have another 25 feet to move if you'd like.
Incron. See.
Kron is directly in front of you.
Okay.
He's not looking great.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I
don't think I like that.
is of course Kron isn't looking at me, right?
No, he is currently facing towards Deimos.
Okay.
So you are at his left side currently.
Okay.
I mean, he does see you as you walk up, but you're not directly in front. He's
Okay.
not looking straight at you.
Kledash lets out a hiss and then is going to spit acid on Kron.
Okay. Let me double check what the range of that is.
5 feet by 30 feet.
Okay, so just bearing in mind, you will actually hit Melanthios as well in your 30-foot line.
Let's see. But he's in the cloud, right?
The cloud is gone. I just haven't removed it from the map.
Oh, okay. So
The cloud was dispersed when Arthur decided to charm Bernard.
Fall in love with someone. That's how it works, right?
Naturally.
shoot. There's no way to angle it.
If you take one step to the side, that you will just barely not hit Tarin.
I'll do it.
So you'll all right. So you'll spit acid at Kron. I need you to, I believe it's 2d6, 2d8.
Yep,
Flip to your character
2d6.
sheet. 2d6. All right. So go ahead and roll 2d6. And if the bot.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah, show roll, not show room.
Whoops.
All right.
Oh.
So you can feel the acid welling up in the back of your throat, and you spit it forward, projecting, splashing over Kron, and it lands sort of in a line past him. And as you do so, the acid finds its way into the damage that's been done to his armor, and he looks at you with just a look of absolute fear as his eyes roll back into his head and he collapses.
And then Kledash sticks out his snake-like tongue and just lets out a...
All right. So you hiss at the now still body of Overseer Kron. All right. Is that going to be your turn? I assume. Actually, you know what? Is it an action or a bonus action for you to do that?
Ooh, good question.
Let me double check. I have it on your sheet here. It
That would look too-
is. Oh, I don't have it listed. It just says one time per short rest.
Yep, I've got the...
The Dragonborn page.
Yep,
Breath weapon, it's an action.
Breath weapons in action. Okay. Okay.
Yep, action. Okay.
You have a little bit of movement left, if you'd like to move, but otherwise, I don't believe you have any bonus action spells at the moment. So
I will walk towards the person, the yellow guard next to
Deimos.
Deimos. Yes.
In doing so, you will provoke an attack of opportunity from the one that was behind you.
Okay.
Because in order to angle the line such that you didn't strike Melanthios, you did have to move into their space, into their threatened space.
I think Kledash would have been too. I'm gonna do it anyways because I think he wouldn't have noticed.
You're gonna
I don't
move
know.
forward?
Yeah.
Okay. And he does get an attack of opportunity against you. But he is wielding his crossbow at the moment, so it is a disadvantage because he's using a ranged weapon in melee range. You rolled the same thing twice. That is going to be a 15 to hit, which I
Okay.
believe hits because of your
Lack
your
of
AC's
armor.
currently AC's currently 13.
Yeah.
Give me one quick second. I have not hit a single strike with the with that so far, with the light crossbow so far. So I don't remember what the damage is. I think it's a D8.
1d8. It's 1d8 penetration.
Yeah. 1d8 piercing plus dex.
Why did I say penetration? I'm thinking of a different thing. Sorry.
Well,
No, you don't get dex damage to it. It's 1d8.
to
It's dex to hit.
to ranged attacks, do you add dexterity?
No. I think you need feats or special abilities for that. You get the pluses to hit with the dexterity. If you do get modifiers, then I should be doing like +3, I think.
Let's take a look. PHB, page 177, under attack rolls and damage, gives you the detailed rolls. You add your dexterity modifier to your attack and damage roll when attacking with a ranged weapon.
Well, okay then.
And this is included for things with the finesse weapon, for example.
Okay, so that's Sorry, just read that to me again. Is that just the would that just be the dexterity modifier, or would that be dexterity plus proficiency?
You don't add your proficiency mod to damage anyway.
Okay.
You add your dexterity modifier to your attack roll.
Cool.
Blah,
So
blah.
I wish I'd known that, because that's 1d8 plus 3. Why am I using guiding bolt? I'll be using crossbows instead.
Alrighty. So there's that. So you take blah blah blah. Where did my d8 go? There it is. 4 points of piercing damage as the bolt just sinks into your shoulder. All right, and you're just gonna stay where you are now, Kledash?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just gonna stay.
Alrighty. Up next we have Alden, who, seeing Atha just appear right next to him, is going to where is his spell list here? Is going to reflexively sorry Tarin, release a thunder wave. Just a startled thunder wave around him.
Oh, that sounds
So
that sounds spicy.
make a, I believe, dexterity saving throw. Make a, Constitution saving throw. Ow! Balls. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, so go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Which Atha failed. Tarin? Did you disappear?
His mic could have been broken again. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, looks like his mic cut out. Use the text chat to let us know what you rolled. Because I know you're using physical dice.
Yeah, he's having tech difficulties again.
16 after mod. Alright, so you do make the save. You take 4 points of thunder damage. However, Atha is not so lucky, and she is blown back 10 feet and knocked prone.
Nice.
Thunder wave.
They're just pushed, sorry. She doesn't get knocked prone, but she does get pushed
Ah.
10 feet away.
Thunder wave isn't damaging, I am assuming.
It is. You take 4 points of thunder damage.
Oh, nice.
She failed her save, so she gets pushed and takes 8 damage.
So I only take 4.
Correct, because you made the save.
Yeah.
And that, as he's just breathing heavily, that is actually going to be his... Oh, he is going to... Double check. Yeah, he's going to pat you on the shoulder, say, I'm so sorry, and move towards the rest of the group. Getting about that far. That's going to end his turn. Deimos, you're up.
Locked in combat with Kron. Or with Kron, though.
Kron is
Wait, didn't Kron
dead.
die?
Oh yeah,
Kron's
Kron's dead.
Kledash melted him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Good job, Dragon Man.
Pay attention, Jesus.
By the way, he
No,
had 2 hit points left. So I didn't even bother rolling the dexterity save because if you'd rolled a 2, you would have had to roll 2 1s in order to not kill him. So. Oh, and speaking of, because this guy landed a hit, Bernard snaps out of his charm because an ally of the person who charmed him attacked an ally. But it's still Deimos' turn. What would you like to do?
You said Kron had a longsword, yeah?
Yes, he did. He had a longsword that he dropped when he died.
I think I know where this is going. I enjoy it.
I drop my main hand club to grab the longsword.
Okay. So you.
I can just let go of my club as a free action, right?
Yes. Yeah, dropping a weapon is a free action. Picking another weapon up, I would say, is your bonus action. So you still do get an action, but you don't get that bonus action attack.
Okay.
More particularly, reaching over someone's dead body and picking a sword up out of their hand would be a bonus action.
Can I use a regular action as a bonus action or no? Bonus action is a bonus action, or is bonus action a bonus action?
It depends on what you're trying to do. Most
Second
things that,
wind.
For that, actually, per the rules of picking up a weapon, if you pick up a weapon and then make an attack with it, picking up the weapon is a free action as part of the attack.
Okay.
Per rules as written, so.
And there's a guard still alive, correct?
Okay.
There are 3 that you know of. You do have to take a step forward just to get over him and pick it up, but you do not leave melee range, so you are still within melee range of that.
Okay, so
guard.
we'll attack,
There's a guard here, and there's a guard outside melee range there.
outside of my melee range, okay.
Correct, just outside of melee range in general.
Can I continue moving? What moving towards the that guard, make me leave threatened space of the previous guard?
It will.
Okay. I will attack the guard in melee range then.
Okay, you'll turn and attack the guard in front of Kledash. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for attack with the longsword.
Okay. Okay.
Don't lose your die.
Use the box this time. I have the box. I need to use it. That is a dank ass 21.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll a 1d8 and add your strength mod.
D8. Double the... Yeah, nice. And that's a 2. 5 damage.
Okay, so that's a fat 5 damage. As you come down, you reach down, pick up Kron's longsword, and in the same smooth motion, swing around and catch the guard across his chest. It hurt. He's not down, but that hurt. That hurt. You do... I'm retconning slightly. You do have your bonus action. Because you picked up the weapon and swung in the same attack, rules as written, that's considered a free action.
Okay. I'm gonna second wind.
Okay. I forget how many hit points that is. It's your fighter
regain...
plus fighter level.
Fighter
plus
level
something.
plus 1d10.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. For
So
that.
2 plus a d10.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
Wow, that sucks. It's a total of 5.
Okay, you regain 5 hit points. Cool. That is going to be the end of your turn, unless you'd like to move further. You only had to move 5 feet that turn.
Nope.
You only need a short rest for that too. Wow.
Well, he only gets to use it once per rest, though. So.
Yeah, but that's still really good.
It's handy in the heat of combat. All right, so you just slap yourself on the chest and pump yourself up, giving yourself a little bit of hit points. Next up is Calder.
Yay! Now I know my crossbow does +3 damage.
Yep, Dex plus proficiency. Are you proficient in the use of a crossbow?
Yes. Otherwise I won't get them as a starting weapon.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you wouldn't get one at all.
I mean, I
Okay.
didn't get one, I bought it, but that's not the point. I don't actually know who's still alive, because it's still a bit of a clusterfuck.
There's one guard here on the other side of the rock from you that you don't have line of sight to. There's a guard here on the other side of your allies. And as far as you know, that's all you can see. There are no more guards up at the top here. All of them have been pushed down by the other prisoners.
So they look. So I can't see anyone else, even if I could peek out and have a look.
Not currently. You do see Atha as well, but otherwise, all of the other guards who are currently on the board, i.e. this one, is on the other side of a wall from you, so you wouldn't be able to see him anyway.
Okay. I will aim at Atha and shoot her with my crossbow.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
That is off the table. That is also off the table. Natural 2! Woo!
Alrighty. So you load the crossbow and fire, and it just goes wide. Alright, is that going to be your turn?
I am completely useless. It's fucking great. Yeah, that's all I can really do.
Okay, you're going to stay where you are?
I don't see any point in risking my life for any particular purpose. I don't have any
Alrighty.
melee weapons.
So that is going to end your turn. Tarin, you're up.
I run into the open gates.
Okay. So you run, you duck past Epimetheus here. Using your full movement, you get into the gate area. You can see out. You now see where Halen is. He is down the. You remember the stairs you came up on the way here? He is down
Yep.
at the very bottom of those steps, like not sitting. He's standing on the dock, scanning around the lake area. So he's about 70 feet this way, but you can.
What would happen if I were to
just
dash?
make him out in the moonlight?
Yeah, what would happen if I were to dash?
You get another 30 feet of movement, so you'd get out 30 feet that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash.
Okay, so you dash out. You are now outside the prison.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be as far away from this as possible.
Okay. And you did not take any attacks of opportunity because Atha was 10 feet away from you. Thanks to Alden. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty, so that's your action. Going down the line, it now comes to Halen. Halen turns and with his dark vision can very clearly see you coming down. And he shouts, he doesn't move, he stays where he is, and he shouts, can you find a way out of here? That's going to be his turn. Moving down, we go to the prisoners. Epimetheus is going to take a dash to get just in front of you here. Actually, he is going to go around the side of the building. With his dash, he would go right about to there. Takes a dash to get around to the side of the building. Who's up now? Who's still alive? Melanthios is also going to take a dash action, and he will just get inside. Yeah, he'll just get inside the gate from where he is. Bernard, now coming back to his senses, will run down into these stairs and out of sight, as will Cadmos will also run down these stairs and out of sight. I believe that's it for them. Coming down now, it's the guards' turn. What guards are left? Looking through the door here, Kledash, you can see the guard who was in the hallway duck into this door and out of sight. This guard who was here, seeing his overseer, just drop like a bag of potatoes, actually drops to his knees, drops his weapons, and drops to his knees with his hands raised, and doesn't take any action this turn. The guard on the other side, seeing the first guard do that, will do the same, drop his weapons and drop to his knees. Both of them are considered prone. Coming up to the top of the initiative order, Atha, her hair just wild, clutching her greatsword in one hand, sees both of her guards move to surrender, takes a deep breath, turns her sword down, and plants it into the dirt, and takes no action this turn. Next up, we have Kledash. What would you like to do?
Since the guy is raising his hands and surrendering, Kledash starts scanning the whole courtyard.
Okay. Make a perception check and let me know what it is you're looking for.
Just threats, enemies, anyone else out there, just what's happening. He's trying to get a full lookout of the area just to see if he should run somewhere next.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
A 3.
Other than what you've already seen, as far as you can tell, there's not really much else to see. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to take any other action on this turn?
Yeah, Kledash will poke his head through the door just to see if there's anyone in the hallway.
Okay, yeah, in addition to the other actions you took, you do see Erebos here in the corner, not really sure where he's supposed to go because he obviously doesn't see through this illusion and he doesn't see any other means of escape. You see him like up against the wall panting.
I pick up my voice. Man, get over here! Getting out!
He turns to look at you and kind of gives you a nod. Okay. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, pretty much. Kledash looks at Deimos and
Okay.
just sort of shrugs.
Alrighty. Alden comes down now to Alden's turn. Alden will... Let me double check. I think he should be able to do this. But I don't remember the specifics of this spell. Oops, that is not the name of what I thought it was. There we go. Say it in any manner you wish. Oh, that's not at all what I thought it was. It's not a 6th level spell, it's a cantrip. There we go, Mold Earth. Okay. Alden, noticing the drop in combat, looks over to Atha, kind of, flicks his head up, points with his chin, and suddenly a square of dirt underneath Atha just vanishes, reappears 5 feet away, and she falls down into the pit. She makes a dexterity. She rolls a 4 on the dexterity saving throw, so she falls down 5 feet into the pit. So there's a square of dirt. That's now it's basically just a 5-foot hole that she's now in, and I'm gonna give that a second to dry before putting her into it. And he's gonna take a few careful steps towards Deimos. Okay, that's gonna be his turn. Deimos.
How tall is she?
Atha?
Yeah, how tall is Atha?
Her head is just about peeking over the... She's a little over 6 feet, so her head is just about poking over the edge of the hole.
Okay. Deimos, both of the guards behind me are surrendering, yeah?
They appear to be, yes.
Are they kneeling or are they prone?
They're kneeling with their weapons down. I'm considering it prone for the purposes of how you'd like to consider it.
Okay. I will instruct them to actually be prone. Face down.
Okay, so you shout at them to
Get down on the ground.
Lie down.
Now.
Okay.
I want you licking that dirt.
Okay. We'll see if they comply on their turn. Is that going to be your turn?
Can I move in such a way I'm in melee range in both of them, or can I only be in melee range with one of them?
They are about 15 feet away from each other.
Okay.
So it's not really possible for you to get. Also, Kledash is between them, so it wouldn't really be possible to be in melee range with both of them.
Which one is Kledash next to?
The one that's visible currently on camera.
I will move towards the one that is currently not visible on camera, and I would like to set up a reaction. If he does not comply, I stab him.
Okay. So if he does not lie down, you will make an attack against him?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you're holding your action for that. Calder, you're up. She's in the hole.
That sentence is just silly. She's in the hole.
She's an a-hole.
She's an a-hole. And Mega is muted for whatever reason.
Oh, he's.
I
also
forgot I was muted. Yeah, sorry. I was. Yeah. There's not a lot I really need to do. We're done with the combat. I see someone's injured, so I wander over and heal them. Who's the most injured out of all of us?
Yeah,
I am. I am at approximately half HP, or unless we are allowing such metagaming.
I'm hurt.
Okay. Which one looks the most hurt? I've only got one spell left.
I'd probably, because Deimos, you healed yourself. Probably out of the people that you can currently see, probably Kledash.
Right. I wander over to Calder and say, "Hey, fuck yourself up, bud," and slap him and give him a healing touch. Healing word? The fuck's
Healing
the name?
word?
I heal him.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Is what you're looking
There
for.
we go. That's the touch one.
So go ahead and roll for that.
There you go. That is 1d8 plus something.
Plus your spellcasting mod, I believe.
So a 2 plus my spellcasting mod, which I don't remember what it is because I am prepared on my turns.
That'd be wisdom.
At plus 3, I think.
It's plus 3.
You gain 5 HP.
All right. Kledash just shakes after he gets slapped. He's like, "Woo, thanks."
Okay. Alrighty. Tarin, comes to your turn.
Yep.
It seems like he's just.
Why are we still doing
leaving.
turns?
You
Okay,
think you're out of
so
combat.
light is a cantrip, right? And I can do cantrips without spell slots.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Cantrips don't take it. You
Can
just
I?
do them.
Can I light up my my spell orb?
Okay, you like the spellcasting focus that you stole from the guards. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, so it casts bright light in 20 feet, dim light out to 40 feet.
And then I want to roll perception to see if I can see any way to get us out.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
dark?
It
I don't remember
is-
it being.
They said it's
It
night.
is nighttime.
Oh, right.
Because you did this during your evening rec hour that has turned into an evening breakout.
Woo woo.
Evening rec hour.
Yeah.
Evening
Go
destruction.
ahead. Go ahead
Murder.
and roll perception.
$17 after mod.
17. Okay. Within the space that you can see, the 40 feet outward you can see, because you're a human and don't have dark vision, there's not a whole lot that you can see from your perspective. You can see obviously the prison behind you. You can see down in the water. You don't see any boats in the water, just from the moonlight coming from above. Let me flip open my map, because I actually made a pretty detailed map of this area, so I can double check what you can see from where you are. Flippy. I hope I'm in the right notebook, because I have 3 separate notebooks for this, which in retrospect is probably stupid, but oh well. Wrong notebook.
You made a
Let's
decision.
try this again. Yeah, from where you are, not really. There's not a whole lot you can see. You do see, and this is something that you would have noted on the way in as well. You turn and look behind the prison, like over or around the walls and over. You do see a mountain range stretching behind. Along the water appears to be relatively flat and somewhat easy to traverse. You do see now, so what you did not see before is the prison is essentially on a peninsula sticking out into the water of the lake that you're on. And going along either side of the lake, it appears to be relatively easy terrain, but in the dark it's kind of hard to see.
I would would I be able, would the dwarf that was opened the door, forgot his name,
Halen?
would Halen be able to hear me if I were to like shout for him?
Yeah, you're about 40 feet from him at this point.
Alright, well, I relayed the information. All I can really think of is towards the mountains and sort of point towards, like, the mountain range.
Okay. Yeah, you shout down to him and point at the mountains. Okay. Is that going to be your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Now it comes to Halen's turn. And Halen looks across the mountainscape. And he makes his way back up to you. He's not able to get all the way up to you, because he's if he dashes, he takes a dash action to get all the way up to you, and he cracks his knuckles. If you think we got a shot, we're definitely not going out that way. He points over his shoulder towards the water.
Certainly.
Okay, that's going to be his turn. Moving on down the chain, it comes to the other prisoners now. Epimetheus will dash out around the corner out of sight again. White Melanthios will actually take a dash and come up panting behind you. Okay, what's next? Erebos, taking a cue from Kledash, is going to also take his full movement and get up to the door. That is going to be their turn. Coming on now. So the guards, both of the guards that you threatened, immediately fall down onto their stomachs. And at this point you hear a whistle as a crossbow bolt just barely glances past your head, Deimos. And as you look up, you can hear Atha shout, "Stand down!" They both look, seeing Atha in a hole, kind of look at each other and lower their crossbows. Now you're out of combat. You forget about those two?
So we won.
What would you like to do now that you're out of combat?
I don't know. I didn't think we'd get this far.
I'd probably call
All right, gents.
everyone else.
All right, gents. Let's round up the
everyone.
weapons and ammunition and armor, and let's get the hell out of here.
All right, let
This
me
is a much smarter idea.
let me lay out the corpses for you.
The corpses.
1, 2,
Corpses.
3, 4 neutral good guards you killed, and 1 overseer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
what type of hit would our rankings be? Like we just kind of what hit would our fuckings
we
You mean our alignments?
we will be having
Yeah,
a
the
conversation
alignments.
about what this means for your alignments out after the game.
All right.
That being said, would you are people going to be making investigations and patting down the bodies and such?
Yes.
I
Kledash will be walking over to Atha in the hole.
Okay, so Kledash, you walk over to Atha, who has made to this point has made no attempt to free herself from the hole. By the way,
Kledash just puts his hands on his waist and just goes, "Where's my loot?"
she looks up at you with just a look of incredulity, looking around at the battlefield essentially. The loot. The loot.
Hang on, I'm eating myself. I can't.
And you can actually see
amazing.
You see her hands clench, and you see a very subtle spark of divine energy in her eyes. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. I would ask that you leave the dead undisturbed. They deserve that much. Now go. And may Bahamut have mercy on you.
How much of this conversation does Deimos hear?
Did you follow Kledash, or are you just kind of where you are right now?
Deimos is gonna be walking around collecting weapons, armor, ammunition.
Okay. I will say you probably would have heard snippets. You definitely, at least got the vocal vitriol that Atha is giving towards Kledash at the moment.
Did I hear the "May Bahamut have mercy on your soul," whatever that was? Do I hear that part?
Your passive perception's 11. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you would have heard that.
Well, what was the god's name again? Bahamut?
Bahamut, the platinum dragon.
Bahamut's a bitch!
Damn.
And at this... Oof. At this, Atha reaches a hand up to the top of the hole and starts climbing out, but the dirt around actually crumbles.
You have to do this.
The dirt crumbles, and she falls back into the hole. She, looking down, she is furious. Let's take a look
lucky
here.
duck.
Da 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 da. And you do see that she's looking around, taking a very close look at each of your faces. While this is going on.
I've just made the BBEG. Well, no, BBGG.
Yeah, that's right, BBEG.
No, not. I don't think she's like lawful good, right? Probably. She's probably lawful good. So that would make her the BBGG.
She's
Big bad good guy.
A paladin of Bahamut, so probably yes.
So not big bad, not big
Erebos.
bad evil guy. It's big bad
Guy.
or big bad good girl. BBGG.
Erebos also makes his way out. And I believe it was Iacus who actually ran away back into this area. He comes back out smelling of feces.
Wait, what?
Did he run into the? Did he?
He ran away and hid. And you know what the best hiding spot is? Somewhere no one wants to go to.
Oh no!
So he sort of trudges outward, sees the gate open, and goes out to meet the other prisoners. Alden takes a sigh, and as you can see his skin return back to normal, looks at each of you. It was perhaps a bit more violent than I intended, but thank you. Thank you. And he, in particular, actually, you know what? Actually, he goes into here, unlocks both the gates, and starts rummaging around through there for a minute or so. Comes back out, holding 3 very intricately carved, or crafted rather, rings. One with one has an emerald in it. The other 2 are plain, but they're all electrum. They're all made of the electrum material. And he holds them out to, I think Calder probably would be the closest to him. Take these. They'll help you get back on your feet.
That's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I immediately investigate these things.
Okay. Investigate them for what?
They're clearly magic rings, so Arcana.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
It's +0, so 16.
As you roll them over in your hands, you take a moment to look at them, and they don't have any markings. They don't seem to have any inscription or anything on them. They look like rings to you.
Right. No magic feel or anything like that. Do I have detect magic? I don't have it on me.
I was gonna say doing an Arcana check isn't quite the same as casting detect magic. You wouldn't necessarily be able to sense magical fields using it.
No, that's true. Fair enough.
So you have go ahead and mark down 2 electrum rings and 1 electrum ring with a, did I say emerald? I think.
I don't have any of the stuff that's in my inventory, so I'm gonna just get rid of it all.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna say I get it all back, so I'm gonna change that.
It's out there somewhere. It's not like it just got thrown away.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm guessing that room he just went into has a lot of stuff in it, so...
In the workshop area?
Yeah.
So, who's going around and checking the bodies? Or leaving them alone if...
What was the other ring, sorry?
Per author's request. It was 2 electrum rings and 1 electrum ring with a gemstone fitting. I forget specifically which gem, but I'll tell you once I review the video.
Would I have heard author's request to leave the dead?
From your distance, since you haven't walked back inside yet, no.
Well, then I decide that since I'm assuming I don't hear the sounds of fighting, I'd walk back in and try and see what all there is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
All right.
And I'll say this is for specifically looking over the bodies, correct?
Yeah, I got a 19.
Okay.
Nice.
You turn over the bodies. These guards are not particularly well off, but you do manage between the 4 of the guards, you do manage to pick up about blah blah blah. Let me re-roll that because that was freaking garbage. You do manage to pick up about 110 gold pieces between the 4 of them. They do also have their weapons and armor. They're all wearing scale mail, wielding those short clubs. Essentially, they're light clubs.
Does putting on armor as a wizard leave me at like disadvantage or something?
I believe it does. You'd have to check. I don't know the specifics of wizards.
Oh. Well,
I don't believe you're proficient in any armor, I think is the,
Yeah, I'm
the
not.
dealie. So
I would like call over the. I'd call over our Deimos. Aye, Deimos. I'm assuming you'd want some form of armor.
okay. So each of these guards is wearing a full scale mail. Kron was also had a shield. As you search over Kron, I'll just use the same roll. You actually, on his person, you find approximately 100 gold pieces on him in various forms. You also find he is also wearing a small, nearly concealed underneath his armor. He's also wearing a small bronze bracer on one arm. Like, not bracer, what's the word I'm looking for? Gauntlet on one arm.
Can I, like, check to see if this thing might be magical with Arcana?
You can make an Arcana check. As you're doing this, note, Atha is fuming in the hole. But yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
25.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, as you pull the bracer off of his form, you do notice it actually shrinks somewhat. It does physically change in size, and on the inside.
How good is the One Ring?
And there is a very, very faint scripting along the edge of the material. It's not anything you recognize. Arcane sigils are more or less individual to the caster who created it, but this is definitely magical in nature.
All right. I would pick it up and hold on to it.
Okay. So go ahead and mark that down. Bronze, unidentified magical bracer. We are starting to run up against the end of our time here, so for brevity's sake, I will do the story bit. At this point, now the most of the prisoners have come back in, seeing that the immediate fighting has stopped. The guards have disappeared from here and are now out of sight. Bernard and Cadmos have made their way downstairs as well. These two guards still on the floor look up at Deimos and just say, and one of them says, "Can we return to the barracks?
Nope.
Please."
Nope.
And he just whimpers and looks back down at the floor. So as the prisoners sort of gather all together, two of whom are just gone. You don't know where they went. This one, Epimetheus, vanished into the night. As Halen and Alden both walk up to Kledash specifically. They both sort of exchange a look and look at you, and Alden says, "I think it's time that we brought our friends home, went back to our families. And he, I want to make sure he is a human. Okay. Most of these people don't even come from Sundi. Most of us are from Alyssa. We just happened to be on the wrong side of the border when things were redrawn." And at this, Halen pipes up, "I'm not from no bloody Alyssa. Just bring me back to the Gloriols. That's all I want." Those of you who lived in Sundi would recognize the Gloriols as a set of mountains that are primarily Dwarven owned, or Dwarven territory. And Alden looks down to him, of course. We do want to express our thanks, and I think that looking down at the hole where Atha is, I think it's best if we made ourselves scarce.
Kledash just inhales and says, "Yeah, we'd survive a lot better with our stuff, though." He casts. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Atha.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
13.
Okay. Let me pull it up. I believe they get a save, and they do so with advantage if they're hostile.
She definitely is.
That is a natural 20, which in her case, plus her wisdom modifier, is a 22. So unfortunately, you look down to her and you start muttering the lyrics to the song that you use to charm individuals, and you can see that in her fury, she is unmoved.
Since he failed, Kledash muttered under his breath, "Man, just tell me where my stuff is."
I know not where your possessions are. They weren't brought here. We don't want them. We don't need them. I suggest you steal something else.
Kledash just puts his hands up and basically turns his back on Atha. "Man, I don't want anyone's dead stuff. I just want my stuff. I just want to know where it is."
She doesn't respond to that.
Okay. Kledash just walks forward and joins the group in the courtyard.
Okay. You do see now that all of the prisoners have gone up and come down from their dormitories, carrying what little possessions they have. A couple of them do appear to have gone into the barracks. They've armed themselves with clubs. A couple are carrying crossbows. All of them are now wearing at least nicer clothing than the rags they were given. They've definitely taken from the guard supplies. Alden is now holding what appears to be a very stout quarterstaff with a small twist at the top, like almost as if it were carved out of the top of the staff. Where is he? Halen, unfortunately, none of the armor here fits him because he's a dwarf, but he has taken Kron's shield and is holding one of the clubs from the barracks. And he looks up at each of you, because all of you, Kledash you're a little taller than him. You're not that much taller, but you're a little taller than him. I'm thinking we'd best be going. This group here, they're not all that useless. Without help, he points the club between himself and Alden. I think we'll be able to make it to the border. Where are you off to? He's saying to Kledash.
Not sure, honestly. Probably just gonna wander around and get the heck out of Dodge, honestly. Need to form up, though. I think I'm gonna raid the armory.
Okay. So you... Yeah, if it's all right with everybody, I'd like to at least finish this bit up. Maybe go about 5-10 minutes over just to finish this bit up, and
Okay.
then
Yeah, do
hopefully...
some story
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm
Then we'll do some
perfectly
stuff
fine with
between
that.
sessions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's mostly going to be loot the armory.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, most of what Deimos wants to do is just loot weapons, armor, and ammunition.
All right. So Alden and Halen both go to each of you, just giving each of you a nod and a muttered thank you, as they lead this group of essentially foreign slaves, now freed, out of the prison and off into the night.
Good luck out there.
Alden turns back. Hopefully we won't need it. Safe travels. And they go out of sight, out of the prison. Okay. During this entire exchange, you still have 2 guards face down in the dirt, who are terrified to move.
Let's tie up everyone who's still around to separate poles or something.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check, just to see if you can find some rope.
Or something I can use as rope. I roll an 18.
Yeah, you actually find a length of very sturdy, what looks to be almost nautical rope, perhaps to tie down the boats down at the dock, and make a sleight of hand check. Fun fact: that's what you roll when tying knots.
Sleight of hand. I don't remember what my character's sleight of hand skill is, because I don't use that.
Probably.
That's plus
dexterity.
3, so
Plus 3.
18 again.
Okay. Yeah, you very easily tie up the remainder of the guards. Atha, do you take Atha out of the hole and tie her up as well? Or do you leave her in the hole?
Yes,
Okay.
because leaving her in the hole is mean
Okay.
and
So
gives her freedom still.
Okay. You reach down to Atha and she glares up at you for a moment. And as you extend a hand, she very reluctantly claps a hand against yours and takes your wrist. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. Can I hit the table, please? No, I can't. I genuinely cannot hit the table.
Get a cup.
Roll
or
a
a bowl.
4! Woo!
All right. So with about 5 minutes of struggling between the two of you, you do manage to, with a bit of leverage, pull her up out of the hole. Her greatsword is left behind in the hole, and she looks over at the 2 guards that have already been tied up, rolls her eyes, and holds both of her wrists together for you.
Yeah,
Put it behind her back. Don't put it in front.
I was about to say exactly that.
Okay, so you take both of her hands and tie them around behind her back. Just gonna use the same check. And you move and you sit her over with the other 2 guards.
I was gonna tie her to. I'm tying them to something. Is that
Tie
like
them
a
to
pole
something?
or a pillar or something? Yeah.
Let's
They can get up and run away. I don't want them to.
see.
That's how you.
I'm trying to think. You go into this space and close one of the gates, and you tie each of them to one of the bars. So they're
But
so
what
they're
if I want to
visible.
go into the workshop?
So they're visible. Okay, well you can tie them to these bars then.
I tie them around one of the boulders, just wrap the rope around them like a million times, and then also tie their hands and wrists,
Okay,
and
you
feet.
can strap them to the boulder. You go to the barracks and find the other 2 guards. Strap them to the boulders too.
It's as good as I can think of,
Okay.
Workable.
unless someone has a better idea.
Nope. This is a serviceable plan.
They can
Okay.
probably escape, but not until we're gone. I don't want them to die.
Alright. So as you're searching through, whoever would like to aid in this search, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Searching for what?
If you would like to search for things, you'd have to tell me what you're looking for, or at least the area you're searching through.
I would like to join the search for stuff, in particular, again, weapons, armor, ammunition.
Okay, you're specifically looking for fighting gear. All right, Kledash, what are you looking for? Or where are you looking, I should say?
That is a 9.
Kledash? So the 9 was Deimos?
Or Deimos, yes.
Okay. You
This
go
is an
around.
investigation, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so 9, yeah.
So 9. You are going around. You do see it's not much is hidden now that the doors are unlocked and things are open. You do find the armor that's on the guards. There's a couple of extra sets of scale mail in the barracks itself. In the barracks, you do see along one wall here. There are a number of polearms and clubs and a couple of light crossbows and one heavy crossbow in a small barrel that I didn't mark because I think it wouldn't be important. You find dozens of crossbow bolts in this barrel just next to the weapon rack. Going upstairs, you actually end up... Kledash knows this room very well because he's been twice. You find Atha's office, essentially. There's a desk, there's some chairs. You see an armor rack where her armor would be if she weren't wearing it. You see a small a statuette, essentially, of the holy symbol of Bahamut on her, off on one side, a small shrine to Bahamut. There's a candle lit, it's almost burned out. In this room, with a 9, you don't see anything particularly of interest. Kledash, where were you looking, or what were you looking for? I think your mic might have died a little bit.
Whoops, sorry. No. So, Kledash is looking for armor, weapons, provisions, whatever he can find in the armory.
Okay. Same as
with
before.
With a 19.
Yeah, with the 19. Same as before, you find the same weapons and armor that Deimos was able to find. You do also, in searching the upper office, and searching Atha's office, you find a small... you find 2 scrolls in one of the desk drawers. Which, when you open them up, they're not immediately recognizable, but you close them and take them with you. You do find, in the barracks itself, there's not a lot of food. You do find 5 sets of dry rations. Perhaps enough food for the group of you for 2 days. If you make your way into the kitchen area, which Calder is very familiar with, so you may want to defer to him on that one. But there's no like food or anything really that you can find in the barracks. Would anyone else like to assist in this search for anything else?
I'm under the impression I'm currently tying up a bunch of people, so...
Okay. That whole process will probably take you about 15 minutes.
Okay, well when the 15 minutes is up, I'd be like, yeah, okay, this looks good. And then start looking for supplies. I don't really need weapons, maybe some more ammo from a crossbow bow. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'd probably go straight to the kitchen and look for dried meat, stuff like that.
Here you go.
I know the guards have plenty of it.
You go into the kitchen, you go directly to where the food is stored. You know this kitchen very well. You find 10 pounds of dried venison.
Okay.
You find what appear to be 2 pounds of mixed fruits in various states of freshness. And when you open, and there is also a barrel of the meat that you had been sharing with Eudora and Ator. You do also
it's getting
open up...
lighter and lighter.
Yep. It's probably about half full. It's still probably about 15 pounds or so just of liquid. It's quite a lot left in there, but you also open up the spice cabinet that you had just been granted access to or asked to use the last meal you prepared. You find a small bag of a small
really old spices. Yeah
probably 1/8 of a pound of saffron. You find a bunch of other mixed
some
spices.
generic spices. It's fine. Right, I gather around the kitchen, put it all in like some sacks or whatever, and start hauling it out to the thing. And also try and scavenge together enough rudimentary kitchen equipment to maybe make a small chef's tools kind of thing.
Okay, so you take two relatively large sacks with you. All in all, you probably have about 30 pounds of stuff with you.
There's someone else in the kitchen, wasn't there? Someone else was searching with me.
I suggested it. It didn't actually happen.
Oh.
But your
I drag someone in with me and throw a sack at them full of food.
Alrighty.
Whoever wants to come with me.
You drag Tarin, who hasn't done anything yet. You drag Tarin in with you, and he now has a sack of food. Is there anything else anyone would like to do while you're here? Before departing. Or not
Kledash?
departing. I'm not going to tell you how to live.
Yeah, Kledash is going to go back.
This is
to
now
the
our
work-
place. We're taking control of this prison.
Kledash is going to go back to the workshop
Okay.
and do some more investigating in there.
Roll
And if
investigation.
possible, no, the bottom where the whole
This
jailbreak
workshop.
started. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. Knowing what you already know about this area, so it'll be a little bit easier.
So 13.
13. Okay. Knowing what you already know, you see much of the same. A lot of the materials that you are able to find are they're very fine. This is definitely not where the devices or materials themselves are made, but they are being assembled here. You roll up the parchment with whatever the device was on it, and tuck that away. You find approximately, in materials alone, in your estimation, you find approximately 55 gold worth of bronze, like very small bronze knickknacks. Little what appear to be little machine gears and springs and stuff like that, all made of bronze.
Can I make a suggestion? Can I suggest we do the shopping list of us looting this entire place like between sessions, because we don't really. I don't think we're going to be leaving just yet. Like, we're coming up to the end of our time, aren't we?
We're technically overflowing our time right now.
Yeah. So if I just suggest that we just do all the shopping list between sessions, because that's basically what we're doing, is shopping, just by looting.
Yeah.
We don't
right.
actually need to have
I agree.
descriptions of everything.
I agree.
Like, we have time.
Okay.
No alarm's been sent out that I'm aware of, unless she has sending. Do paladins get sending?
Even if she did, she's too low level, so.
Then, yeah, no message has been sent out. We've got
so-
time. But I suggest that we time in there, but IRL, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So-
Also, paladins don't get sending anyway, so.
So there's no alarm. We've got time, so let's spend some time between sessions just looting this place from top to bottom, taking what we need,
Okay.
and then make a plan, and then just end it here, I guess. Unless there's anything specific we need to do right now, or any specific story that needs to be done right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, unless you guys are, if you're gonna be sticking around for more than the next 5 minutes, yeah, we'll do that in the middle of sessions. I was expecting you to just be done and then leave, but if you'd like to stick around, that's fine. We can do that between sessions. So I will.
I mean, if we leave, we can do the leaving at the start of the next session. Besides, we need a plan to go to, a plan anyway. We don't really have one, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Not
So
particularly.
we will end our session here. Thank you to the 8 people, Jesus, who are currently watching.
That's actually way more than I was expecting. Hello,
Yeah.
8 people.
Hello
And
there, 8
goodbye,
people.
8 people.
Thank you to
I hope they were entertained.
thank you to Mind Cookies, who I believe is my current and only subscriber. So thanks. So yeah, I will. This next group we will be meeting up on December 2nd. So we do every other week. December 2nd. Yes, December 2nd will be the next time this group starts. If you would like, if anyone's interested, you can also catch us on Thursdays, every other Thursday. The next Thursday session is going to be on the 28th. They're running a different campaign in the same Greyhawk universe. So, thanks everybody for watching, and thank you guys for playing.
Yut.